Hi, Symphony. I want y'all to just take a moment to look at the cast. Look at the cast. Look at the cast. Just look at the cast. Mostly look at Rina, but also look at the cast. Are we fully seen and heard? Chat, somebody chime in and tell me yes, that is an actual thing. Everything looks good on my end, but give me a system check and we'll get this party started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Arts is my gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an attempt to bring a symphonic approach, thank you so much, chat, to horror role-playing. I am your host, Bridgett Jeffries, but tonight, I am not your GM because we have Big Al Diesel joining us on the Symphony, who is running Monsterhearts. Monsterhearts, if you don't know, is an indie role-playing game about the messy lives of teenage monsters. It was designed by Avery Alder, and it is an adaptation of Apocalypse World. So it is known for its handling of sexuality in the LGBTQ plus community, and it has been nominated or shortlisted for multiple awards. Now, we are going to be jumping in immediately with the content tonight. However, Al was kind enough to allow us to record the session 0 and the character creation, which, if you want to take a look at that, is over on Symphony's YouTube right now. Patreon backers got it earlier, but it's on Symphony's YouTube now. If somebody's bot will populate in the chat that goes, hey, go join Symphony's YouTube, feel free to give us a subscribe. That helps us a lot. Or you can go to symphonyentertainment.com, and one of them menu items allegedly has Twitch and YouTube on there, so you can find us there as well. Before we get into the game, we only have one announcement, and that's Symphony Symphony Entertainment has a Patreon. I love you, Chad. You're so supportive. So if you like this content and you would like to help us make more of it, please consider backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. All right, guys, we're getting close. Content warnings have been discussed with the cast and crew. The X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message on this Zoom channel that we're all on, or it can be done visibly where Al can see it. If a safety tool at any point is activated, there is no judgment passed and there are no questions asked. We will also be using the green, yellow, red traffic light method, which is my personal favorite. Color checks for the traffic light can be called by cast, by the GM, or by chat at any time. Viewer discretion is going to be advised for this particular content because we are going to be dealing with sex and sexual situations. The cast has a list of our own red lines and veils that we will not address, but it's Monsterhearts. If you can't tell by the way that we're here with all of the swag and all the sexiness, we plan on leaning into the sexy factor. So, viewer discretion is advised for sexual maturity and sexual content. Without further ado, let us unveil this cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, some of the things that you do, and here is your surprise question. October is tomorrow. This is the last stream before we get into official spooky season. October has costuming, and we're playing a very sexy game. My question for you, dear cast member, after you do who you are, where people can find you, some of the things you do, is what is your favorite sexy Halloween costume? Maybe that you've seen on another person, maybe that you've put on yourself, maybe that you just Googled and you stare at it and go, oh, yeah, is it a sexy nurse? Is it a sexy astronaut? Is it like a chapless cowboy? We want to know. So, Lauren, start us off, baby.
All right. Hi, I'm Lauren. Lauren with the good hair, Geolar in places. I'm currently working on my first Call of Cthulhu scenario. I got a couple ideas, but yeah, I've been working on that. So eventually I'll be able to advertise that. Uh, I don't know. Symphony is a great community as far as encouraging people to continue to I don't know, find creative outlets in that way. I also locally run a queer monthly gaming meetup. We're up to like 3 tables a month, which I am very happy to see and just love all the different folks that show up for that. So it's been really good to like put in the work for that and see it pay off. Like it also have this great GM pool as well at this point. So yeah.
Yes. And what's your favorite sexy costume of the month right now?
Let's go with probably from all my years of growing up Catholic, let's go with Sexy Nun.
Sexy nun. Ooh,
Yeah.
diabolical. I like that. That's a vibe. All right. Hey, spouse. Rina. I know. I think I'm already married to everyone on the
Yes.
street. I'll specify. Rina, you are up next, mix. Let's do it.
Hey y'all, I'm Rena. My pronouns are they, them, and I am known as the Inevitable Rena in a lot of places. You can find me in a lot of Discord servers, including the Symphony Entertainment server, where I'm Rena Cosmic Fae Bay for reasons. But I am a podcaster on the Old Ways podcast, where I am the head of Mythos. I do a lot of Call of Cthulhu, Cthulhu Dark, and various other Mythos-related shenanigans. I am also on the Cypher Systems science fiction game that we've got going on there called Children of the Periphery, where I play Tamarisk Anvari, the courtesan. And you can also find me on Ain't Slayed Nobody, the Down Darker Trails campaign with Bridgett, actually, playing Patience Cartwright, the gender fluid gunslinger. Pretty awesome. I really enjoy that campaign. And you can find me on How We Roll, Miskatonic Playhouse, RX Oliver, a bunch of other places where I pop up occasionally, doing GMing, playing all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things. And you can find my scenarios on Drive-Thru RPG. There are 9 of them, including the most recent Friends of Dorothy, an LGBTQ plus scenario set in 1981. We just did a stream of it on Symphony last week, and had a pretty fantastic cast for that, so I highly recommend watching that. It got very emotional in
Yeah,
places.
it did.
Uh, and so I've got more scenarios coming out soon, but for now, I'm focusing entirely on this game. So my favorite sexy costume, I'd have to say it's not got sexy in the name, but I feel like it's implied, and that's Morticia Adams, my absolute goddess from the Addams family with the deep
Oh,
cleavage and the very body-hugging goth dress and the
yes.
long nails and everything. It's just,
Yes, that's delightful. Yes, I'm here for that. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right. I love that freeze. That freeze was delicious. Chad, hit us, baby. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, some of the things you do, and what's your sexy costume of the month.
Sure. I am Chad. I am a gamer and podcaster and writer and journalist based in New York City. I write as Charles Gerard because I like people to be confused. I've had work published with Sentinel Hill Press, Golden Goblin Press, Cubicle 7, Darker Hue Studios, and Onyx Path so far. From 2012 to 2019, I was co-host of the Miskatonic University podcast as Keeper Chad.
Hey.
I'm that one. This is my third stream with Symphony, I believe. And I've also appeared on the Aging Journey podcast. Yeah, you're counting.
Like I said,
Counting
might
and
be
hearts are coming right out of your
right. That's how I
body.
feel about you, Chad.
And I've also hosted a weird little project called Hyperlab Omni, and you'll maybe see some links in the bot. For my costume, so I have so many choices. I did dress up as Mork from Orc once. I'm not sure if that is really
Ooh.
all that sexy. I will say that I am a fan of most of Heidi Klum's outfits. I love, yeah. So I'm gonna say her sexy robot and her sexy peacock. I think that I love anything where couture meets puppetry. It's pretty great. Did you see the peacock? There were like 10 people who were all the feathers of the peacock in the back. It was amazing.
No, but I can't wait to Google it now. Also,
Yeah,
your
it's
articulation was just wet. That was stunning. Oh,
good.
God. Ugh, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Big Al Diesel. Hit us, baby.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Al Diesel. I'm a lawyer. I live in Iowa. I also write role-playing game stuffs and scenarios. I'm also on the Miskatonic repository. I have my own Discord server where I like to try and run one shots and sometimes campaigns and just kind of have what whoever is interested play because I like to run a lot of different stuff. So if you look up me, I'm on Twitter on AlSmith208 or I'm on the Discords just under Diesel. Then and if you ever want to hit me up and be like, Al, I want to play with you, like, yeah, that's cool. I'll just invite you to my Discord server, and that's where I do it. Um, on my I've been struggling to think of this the entire time,
You
which one it was, and all I can remember that there was this dude who just didn't have a shirt on, and he was super hot, but like I can't remember what he was dressed as. So my favorite Halloween costume is a hot shirtless dude.
Yeah,
Perfect.
skin, just skin.
just
that
skin.
Does
works.
not
That
matter.
works.
You know what? Between like peacocks and sexy nuns and like Morticia Adams, just hot shirtless guy, I think you might actually take the trophy home.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
That's just
It's
there's
honest. It's real
it's
honest.
honest, it's
You know?
transparent, it's real, it's super real. All right, Symphony, that is our delicious, delectable cast. We are going to jump into Monsterhearts. I am going to get the hell out of Big Al Diesel's way and surrender the stage to him. Al, the game is yours, baby. Take us away.
All right, wonderful. So, all of you following along at home, I've done a lot already to prepare them for this game of Monster Hearts. So, don't think that this like happens automatically, right? But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pick a town where this is gonna take place in. I usually like to do somewhere up in New England, the Northeast, just because there's a little chill to the air around Halloween or whatever. That's right around the time of homecoming. Homecoming is also a great thing to set this around. Maybe this is on the Friday right before the big homecoming dance. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Right.
All
Yep.
right, beautiful. So we'll put it in a little town that we'll think of um later. We'll think of the name later. But we'll make it a little port town
Okay.
and it will be right by some woods so that there's lots of woods. There's lots of old buildings. A lot of colonial buildings. It's one of those
Mm-hmm.
towns that's been around forever. Maybe they had their own version of witch trials and things like that. There's a nice port. There's old money in the town as well. So there's lots of, rich people that live there, maybe summer there, maybe vacation. But at the same time, there are, townies, people wrong side of the tracks.
Mm.
It's enough to make it feel like your typical town that you'd find anywhere. Um, but not so specific that we were tied down by it. So you're all going to go to high school together, and we're going to be in a thing called homeroom, basically a study hall, a place where you all start out your day, and we see where all of these little monsters come in and where they all start. Now we have a little classroom seating chart that I am using, um, and all my players have as well. And you have a teacher. She's pretty young, probably just out of college. I think she's 22, 23 years old. She's got this red hair. She's trying to keep a track of everything that's going on around here. And you have your various friends and classmates, and some of them enemies that all are at the same homeroom as you, and that you all sit around. Now, which one of you would probably be in your homeroom first?
Ooh.
think Lucian probably because they have one specific seat they like to sit in and they get very annoyed if someone else takes that seat. So, despite the fact that they don't actually want to be in school, they're going to be there first to get their seat.
All right, so why don't you describe to us who Lucian is, and I'm going to ask you an additional question after all that to get us going further. But do you want to go?
hmm do I describe playbook and everything as well, or?
Yeah, describe the type of playbook that you got,
hmm
and then just a couple things about them, and then our backstory you've made with the other players.
Okay. So Lucian is tall, kind of brooding, very quiet in appearance, but they wear mostly black with bits of red here and there. They're very heavy makeup, as heavy as the school will let them get away with, as
Mm.
dark as possible. Uh, Perhaps maybe even more than the school will let them get away with, but it's senior year, so they feel like I'm pushing the boundaries, perhaps. And got close cropped dark hair, dark eyes, kind of slouching a little bit as they come into the homeroom. Lucian is playing by the Infernal playbook.
Mm.
Would you
S-
mind reading the paragraph right under the infernal on the right side of your playbook screen on the first page? Kind of give everyone an
mm,
idea of what it means to play
let's
the
see.
infernal?
All right, just under the Infernal.
Yes.
At first, it seemed innocent. It gave you things, made you feel good about yourself. You came to it with your problems, and it fixed them. When you asked how you could return the favor, it told you to be patient, that all debts would be settled in due time. That was the first time you heard it mention debts.
Ooh.
You've got Satan as your cornerman, or a demon in your brain, or maybe the stars glow just for you. Regardless, you owe a debt to something much bigger and scarier than you'll ever be.
Right. So, who is your dark power, Lucian?
Asmodeus.
Yes, Asmodeus uses is a demon.
Yes.
It's a
Demon
they
Lord.
them demon. Asmodeus is
Mhm.
evil and doesn't give a shit about gender because
Mhm.
Asmodeus loves evil too much to care about gender. Um, all right, wonderful. Is there anything else that we should know about Lucian before I start putting the screws on you?
Ooh.
They know something that Tian would very much like to know, but that maybe Tian doesn't know that they know.
Ah, yes, yes. Well, let's just make it explicit. You know that Tian is dead, and you know how Tian died. And don't worry, viewers,
Yes.
you'll learn who Tian is in just a moment. Um, all right. Now let me find a good question for you. So, looking at your homeroom screen, why is the Dark Power so interested in Daryl Corbin?
Oh.
Ooh. Oh. So Asmodeus is interested in Darren because Darren's a bully,
Mm.
and Darren has gotten on Lucian's bad side multiple times, whether through attempting to bully them or going after other people who Lucian considers friends, even if other people don't know that Lucian considers them friends, because Lucian keeps their cards close to their chest. Uh, but Lucian has muttered things about him, perhaps to Asmodeus, or has mentioned him in passing, enough to the point where Asmodeus is interested in, all right, when are you bringing me his soul, kind of thing.
All right, I love that.
That is
So,
good.
since you're the first one to enter, how are you entering? What does it look like for Lucian to come into the room? Are you the first one there, or all the other students there? I mean, just let me know.
Hmm? Lucian's the first one there. They are very they don't want to have to talk to people with a whole group coming in, so they go in first. And they like this one particular seat off to the left of the room, not in the back, not in the front, but kind of in the middle where they can't be seen as well, so they can hopefully avoid attention. And they just sort of slouch in with their collar popped, backpack slung over one shoulder, and they don't have to make eye contact with anyone because no one's there.
Mm.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, everyone else is going to be coming in after Lucian. Who would be next? And about how full do you think the classroom would be as you come in?
Ooh. I'll jump in.
Beautiful, Tien.
I am gonna say, unless it like negatively impacts the vision of the two remaining players, that Tien, I am gonna come in usually around the time that the classroom is about halfway full. So I'm right after that halfway mark, and the reason I can identify that is because I'm usually just down the hallway on that last set of lockers right before you enter into the women's restroom, watching as people pull in, like leaning against a locker and just watching. And about the time that the halfway mark comes in, I perk up. I'm going to straighten out my clothes because every day that I walk into this homeroom feels like the first day of school, even though it's not. We're already getting ready to address homecoming. Um, I'll straighten out my clothes and I am going to skitter into the room. Unlike Lucian, the one thing I do deliberately as soon as I turn the corner into the room is I try to make eye contact with anyone that will make eye contact back with me. If the
Oh,
teacher will smile at me, then I will smile at her. Uh, Coming into that room and turning in where it's half full, I am going to do everything I can. She does it, I do it every morning, to try to make as much connective tissue with anyone that I can. The person that's looking down, slamming down the rest of their breakfast for the morning, the person that's texting their beau, Lucian that probably doesn't even know that I'm here. But that's something that I do. I am playing the ghost, per instructions before, the ghost. You used to have a future. Growing up was painful at times, but at least you were growing. Now you only have a past. unfinished business to take care of before you leave this world behind. Life is precious. You understand that now that you've lost yours. You just want to help. You just want to be seen. But sometimes even the simplest desire feel so difficult to grasp. Ghostly ghost, you're dead. I am wearing skin tight charcoal gray leggings, and I have a nice, long, slim fit, oversized pure white hoodie that I usually have the hood like partially over my head. Not the brooding, you can't see me, but like it's stylish, right? I read somewhere that it was stylish, so I typically have the hood up. And then it's fall in New England. I probably have on Uggs because that's what kids. I think that's what kids this era are wearing. At least that's what I've seen. Uggs are good. Yeah, Uggs are good. And I'm
Right.
gonna
So
scurry into the class.
yeah, you scurry into the class, you see kind of Sasha Lynch is already there. Um, kind of one of the more popular girls at the school. You kind of sit right behind her, right behind Becky Knox. Sorry, right Becky Knox's class, facing Becky Knox, your teacher. Your teacher is there, and if you try and reach out to her, she's sort of like, yeah, go get your seat, sort of thing. But yeah, not a ton of people are paying attention to you. We're currently at the moment. You're kind of going unnoticed,
Yeah.
which should lead us to, oh, Tian, you also have a couple things that I want to cover first. First off, you've been doing something at night. What is that?
What have I been doing at night?
Yes, have you been watching Damien sleep?
I mean, when you say it that way, it sounds terrible, right? I mean, when you articulate it that way, yes, yes. If we're gonna say it, if we're gonna frame it that way, yes, I've been watching Damien sleep, but it's much more intimate than that. There's something beautiful watching someone sleep. You get to see them and experience them in a way that most people don't. It's deeply intimate. It's a way to connect with someone that doesn't hurt anyone. I'm not hurting Damien. I don't really like the way that you phrased it, but I guess that's fair. Yes, I've been watching Damien sleep.
I don't judge. I merely MC. Um,
I do.
But I do, bitch.
is there someone what attracts you to watching Damien sleep? Is it something like an attraction? Or is it a love of like misery? What do you think it is?
Oh, really fast, Chad. What's Damien's playbook again?
Vampire.
Okay, so absolutely, it's two things really.
Mm.
There's a certain chill that Damien radiates when they sleep that is very soothing. It's very grounding. Um, when Damien sleeps, somehow I feel seen. I feel like someone is maybe even grieving me, and that feels really good. Also, they do this cute thing where they murmur in their sleep. I can never really pick up what the words are or what they're saying, but they murmur in their sleep. And I think that's really beautiful.
I do too. I do too. So let's go on to our next character that is coming in to the classroom and when we think that they would be coming in.
I just wanted to say I'm not procrastinating, but I do think that Lucian would make an entrance, so kind of come in last.
You or
You mean
Damien?
Damien.
You are Damien.
Oh Lord, I did it again.
I'm Lucian.
Wait until the talk back and you guys
I
hear why
did a
that's super
search
funny.
and replace when
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have Angelina go.
Yeah, sure. No, that works. About how many people are in there when Angelina comes in?
It's pretty full at this point.
Okay.
She's kind of rushing in from like basketball practice early in the morning before school. They've been doing like preseason, uh, lots of sprints and just conditioning work. So,
All right. Have you had the chance to like shower and you're ready and everything? Or...
she probably showered, but she's probably still like smells of sweat. Like had to shower so quick, didn't stop sweating in time. Uh, even though she could walk across the teacher's like Miss Knox's desk and walk along that wall to her desk, she chooses to cut through the middle of the room, bumping into desks. She's quite tall. She's like 6'2". Uh, and yeah, it's quite remarkable because you've all noticed that she went from being kind of the lanky is just on the basketball team because she's tall person to there's all this buzz about her being like the star of the team this year. And has gone from I mean, there's also probably rumors of like what exactly what training program is she on steroids? All of a sudden, she's gone from you being able to put your hand around her arm or wrist to like just muscle. And
So,
she yeah.
who's been most jealous of this new star turn?
Uh, let's see. Yeah, I think let's say Virginia Haraway,
Ooh.
All right.
who yeah is yeah used to being the star on the team and all of a sudden is surprised that she might be fighting for playing time.
Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about um uh your backstory in terms of what is what kind of monster heart are you?
Yeah, so I'm playing the werewolf skin. And Angelina was bitten. And she hasn't really shared that, but she's definitely seems to be have changed a lot since it happened. It's probably been about 6 months. So
Cool, cool. And would you mind reading
yep,
your that portion? Yeah.
yep. Everyone around you seems so willing to play the roles they are handed, to quietly color within the lines. They've been tamed, domesticated. You're of a different stock. You've broken down the fence built to contain you. You've howled at the moon and heard it howl back. Now the transformation is complete. That is what you were always meant to be: wild, unwavering, alive.
Oof.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And you also have been doing something for a couple time now. You've been watching someone. Who is that?
Uh, let's see.
I have it in front of me if you want me.
Yeah, I am missing that note.
Tien.
Yeah.
Tien.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, and Angelina pauses as she passes, goes right in front of Tien's desk, just kind of a and just makes a weird face, and then keeps walking. It's that Angelina's only been smelling just nothing actually. Everyone else reeks of life, and Tien just smells like whatever sort of hair products or whatever they wash their clothes with, or
Well, maybe this is a good thing to ask. Tien, what do you smell like? Uh,
Mm.
maybe nothing, or the
yeah. Do
death,
you?
or
Yeah, I would say that you know how everyone has like a natural scent, their skin, their
Yeah,
oils has a natural scent. 10, I don't have that. I lost that the first time I died or the second or I don't know. Um I try to compensate with like, whatever subtle fragrances I could get locally. So whatever the local wildflower flowers are or anything that smells like water or salt. I'm a big fan of trying to mix salt into things.
yeah,
It's a coastal town. That's normalizing, right?
yeah, yeah.
so
Body
Angelina will.
sweats,
Yeah,
that's salty.
how does it feel like, you were just ignored by pretty much everyone as they came in here. Nobody really says hi to you, right? What does it feel to get this small measure of acknowledgement from, kind of the school basketball star, Angelina?
Yeah, it's nice, right? I think she sniffed at me, but
yeah,
that, I, you know, it's nice. It's nice.
yeah. Angelina kind of awkwardly blurts out, "Oh, is that a new scent, Tien?"
I lie. Yeah, yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I immediately look around to see if anyone else notices that the star basketball player is talking to me. Is anyone
Uh,
else witnessing this moment like I'm witnessing this moment?
yeah, no, they all seem to be not looking at you, right, as they're doing this. But however, sometimes people look at Angelina, right? Virginia's currently staring daggers at Angelina. Um, Lucian, are you looking over at this?
Lucian is, because they know about Tian being dead, and so the fact that someone else seems to have picked up on something is now interesting.
All right. I'm not gonna call for a roll right now, but
Hmm.
if either of you think that I should, let me know. Um, but yeah, you gotta get this acknowledgement, and this conversation.
I sit up a little bit
Anything,
straighter in my desk and I lower my
anything else
hood.
in this? No, you're good. Anything else in the scene, or should we go to Damien's entrance?
Angelina just very ungracefully, just like I don't know, climbs like over her desk, like into it. Like it's very unsubtle person.
Yeah, you do that, and you hear a little something from Virginia. She goes, "Smooth move."
Yeah.
Nothing right now, but just a little shitty comment under her breath. But Damien, you're making your grand entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you explain who a bit of who Damien is, and then let's do your grand entrance if that's good with
Absolutely. I am playing Damien, pronouns he, him. He's a sassy, mildly goth kind of band kid diva.
Yes.
His type, his skin is vampire. Damien is dressed for prom or homecoming every day, glides around the room. He makes an entrance, doing very little. Is not a Doesn't have to do big theatrical moves, but commands attention as he moves around, even if no one is paying attention. That is his vibe. Um, he is a social butterfly, but if the butterfly is a moray eel,
Oh.
he's playfully menacing. He creates shadow in rooms, and he is entrancing.
that is beautiful. I got a couple things for you, Damien. First, I would love it if you would read the text of the vampire playbook.
Absolutely. So I'm going to change you to I. I am beauty eternal. I am the darkness that everyone wants to taste, but no one dares understand. Is there in your eyes? It's there in my eyes, my carefully chosen words, and my every gesture. I no longer have a soul. Some vampires revel in that fact, their afterlife a tapestry of hedonism and exsanguination.
Killed it.
Others hate the evil in their skin, solemnly vowing to a chaste and lonely existence. Either way, someone suffers. The choice is mine.
Oof.
Beautiful. So you were, as I remember, turned about a century ago, right? Here in our small little New England town, or are you from somewhere else?
I'd like to be from here. Maybe not from this town. I probably have been burning through a few towns.
Cool. The New England area, cool. Gotcha. So who does Lucid remind you of from a century ago?
Mm.
Ah, who does Lucian remind me of? Yeah, a lover who became rival. Uh, a relationship in the early days of my turning. Actually, you know what? The person who turned me. Let's up the ante.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's delicious.
And we were together until they found someone more shiny. And we were together, 10 years.
And you haven't seen them in some time. Okay. Beautiful. I love that. Well, I don't think I have any further questions for you all, which means I need to get the table over to your guys' hands. So as you all get in there, Miss Knox kind of looks out at all of you and says, "Look, I know it's the big homecoming dance tonight. I know that you're all, you know, so hyper about it. We're not going to get anything done. We're not going to do anything. It's just a study hall. Go and do your thing. I don't care. All right." As she just kind of goes and she goes back behind her computer and she's putting her headphones on, which you're not sure that a teacher's supposed to do. And it looks like she's listening to some sort of podcast and probably like just shopping online, which means that, you know, it's kind of an unsupervised classroom as Daryl Corbin looks over to Lucian and just says, "Hey, dipshit.
That's dead shit to you.
Yeah, you are dead shit.
Mm. Yes.
You have a date tonight? Probably not. You're a fucking loser."
Your mom and your dad, actually.
Ooh, damn. This is a shut someone down type of situation.
Yep.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is a specific move in Monsterhearts. This is the mechanics kick in. When you shut someone down, what Lucian does is roll with cold. So you roll 2d6 and add your cold stats. On a 10 up, you choose from one of the options that you have below, which are they lose a string on you. If you have no strings on you, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward. Which now I gotta talk about strings and conditions with the viewers. But a string is basically social power over someone, right? A string means that your boss has strings on you. Someone you like a lot has strings on you. Someone who's cooler than you has strings on you. These are all ways to get a string in real life other than a game mechanic. Asmodeus, the demon, because Lucian's made so many bargains, has a string on Lucian. So a condition just means how that character is being perceived at that particular time. So if Lucian wanted to, after this role, if they have a successful role, they could be like, actually, no, Daryl's the dipshit, right? And then everyone would look around and be like, oh, Daryl, what a dipshit, right? Uh, so the options are they lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward. Taking one forward just means adding +1 to your roll if you keep on through the situation, right?
Hmm.
So please give me a 2d6 roll and add your cold.
I have a -1 in cold, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I did roll a 10, so it takes it down to a 9.
Let's
So
All
go.
right. All right. So you are going to choose one from below that you want, and he's going to give you a condition.
okay, I'll take a string on him.
All right. So yeah, you actually have reversed the situation, right? It was kind of an instance of him obviously bullying you, but now everyone looks around as you start saying this, and this is a verbal smackdown, and you are going to gain the condition bully, as
Oh.
Ooh.
people don't quite understand, what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like keep track of your strings because you can use that against Daryl. But people all see this. You all see this happening, right? Miss Knox does not give a shit. She's listening to her, I don't know, probably pro wrestling podcast.
Yep, that feels good to me. Yep.
She's listening to an interview with CM Punk while you guys are dealing with this. Do any of you act as you see the situation with Lucian and Daryl go down?
Mm, I revel in it a little. Hmm. That's therapeutic a little bit. Tasty.
I think Angelina kind of uh seems to get a little nervous and then says, Lucien, can we talk over and like it's like, oh crap, in the corner? Realizes there's so just a classroom full of people.
Okay, so you want to go and ask, you gotta get up and ask Lucian. Now, do you know Lucian that well? Do you two know each other?
I believe I have a string. There's some sort of debt owed. I don't know that I have written down.
Ah, what do you have? Why is that?
That's a good question. I don't think we'd hash that one out.
Let's hash it out now.
All right.
I believe it comes from Lucian's backstory. So,
Yeah.
Lucian, why do you owe a debt to Angelina?
Hmm. Hmm. I'm looking at my
Is that right or
thing
not?
here.
Uh,
Well, I know I have one on Angelina and Angelina has one on me.
okay. Yeah.
Um, but oh, I believe I gave one because I owe a debt.
Oh,
Because
debt.
of
Mhm.
my
Yep.
my backstory, the Dark Strings. So I think at one point in the last couple months since Angelina transformed, though I don't think I know that Angelina's a werewolf, um, I was actually being uh set up on by multiple people from the football team. They were being very threatening, kind of got me into a corner, and were grabbing at my stuff, calling me names, all sorts of things, just being very nasty. And my usual escape routes weren't working, and Angelina just kind of came up and told them off, and they were a bit intimidated by her new physical form and the fact that she doesn't take shit from anybody. And so between the two of us, it was enough that the three of them went, well, enough of this. We'll go find someone who's easier to target. And so they left me alone and they haven't come after me since.
All right, beautiful. So, is this more of Angelina's sort of hero complex with Lucian?
No, I think Angelina has like a genuine question she doesn't want to ask in front of everybody. It's like the most unsubtle way to like pull somebody aside in
Yeah,
homeroom.
why is she choosing this moment?
She heard about the homecoming dance and is thinking, "Oh crap, I don't have a date. What am I supposed to do?"
Oh, wow. So you're gonna ask Lucian?
No, I'm going it's something else, but yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Why have you chosen just this moment? And okay. Well, let's just see how it plays
Yeah.
out.
All right. Yeah, Angelina will like motion over to be like, "Yeah, come over here."
I just kind of sigh a little bit and slide out of my seat. I'm a lot more angles than seems uh necessary for a human being. Just all elbows and knees, sliding out of the seat. And I slouch over to the corner. Yeah,
She's like trying to whisper, but it's like definitely getting heard by like the surrounding people.
I really want to hear this.
Uh, so Lucian, I thought you said it was cool to not have a date to dance, but now I'm hearing people have dates, and I don't know what to do. Like, do I need a date? Uh, what do I even wear? Oh shit.
clothes
Like,
normally.
okay, close. She like pulls like a notebook out, starts writing notes down.
Close.
I'm
Uh,
only going to homecoming because they're making me go to homecoming.
who's making you?
Parents, they think it'll be good for me to see other people and do something that is not school related, which, like, this is school. It is school related. I don't see the point. But like, why do you have to go with somebody?
I don't know. I thought I heard people saying they had dates and
They do, but don't you want to be yourself, stand out? You don't got to do what everybody else is doing.
okay. She like takes another note.
Sides, sides, and just sort of tap the side of my nose. Sides. A lot of breakups happen at homecoming, so if you go without someone, you can go home with someone.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, got it.
It's not who takes you, it's who takes you home, right?
Exactly.
All right. So while they're having this sort of private but not so private conversation, Damien, what are you and Tien, what are you both up to? Not necessarily together.
I think for one, the moment that Angelina rises from her seat, a split second later, Tien is sitting in it. It's almost like one of those things. It's like she blips out of one spot and just blips into another, but I'm very unrecognizable. People don't really pay attention to me. It's very easy for me to move through people, through situations. But the second she rises, I'm going to slip into that seat. And I'm just going to like run my fingers over the top of her desk, almost as like I'm just like pulling energy from it, or maybe a scent from it, or oils from it. I don't know, but I'm going to run my fingers over the desk. My eyes float up to the corner, and then I'm going to turn around and look at Amy Steinberg,
Mm-hmm.
because I saw Amy Steinberg earlier this week. She just broke up with her boyfriend, and they were going to be forever. She was completely convinced that they were going to be forever. I mean, he even gave her the promise ring. And like, I understand that we're like kids, but still, he gave her the promise ring, and now she doesn't know whether she gives it back. And like he apparently stole the money. Anyway, there's this whole story, but she's really upset, and that grief and that loss is very vibrant. So I just want to engage with Amy. I just want to listen to her, because I may not be able to be seen, but I can help other people feel seen. And maybe if I save her, someone will save me.
And Amy's kind of back there, and it's obvious that she's been crying this morning, right? Because her makeup's already a little bit runny, and she's not been having a very good time. But it was right before the homecoming dance, and she doesn't even really like notice you at first until you're like right there, and she's just like, um, what can I help you?
I was just checking in on you. I was just checking in to see how you're doing and how you're holding up. I know it's been a tough week.
All right, I think I want to do a roll here.
Oh,
Uh,
so fancy.
yeah. I think there's a bit of a get someone to open up, right? Here,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not exactly turning someone on, right? But I think that's the role that I want to do,
Okay.
because I think it makes the most sense to me, um, and it's just a bit gonna come out a bit differently here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll with hots.
Okay.
Viewers, they roll 2d6 plus hots, and then we'll see what happens from there based upon your roll.
I don't really do connection super well. I rolled a 7, and my hot is a -1. So this is going to be a sum of a 6.
Yeah, all right. So we're not gonna go with any of the good things that go. She just
No.
goes, "Get away from me, you freak!" Right?
Oh,
Amy is going to gain a string on you.
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Is that a shutdown? Is that how that works?
So the NPCs they don't use the
You know,
moves, right?
moves, right?
I move hard when you fail rolls, right?
Yeah,
Or how it works.
straight to the string.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is stunning. Um, I, 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 I mean, what can I say? She's right.
Let's shift to Damien for just a second. Damien, what were you up to during the Angelina Lucian conversation?
I'm zeroed right into the to that conversation.
Okay.
I'm honed in like a guided missile. Um I
I would like
float.
you to do a
Oh,
keep your cool roll
oh
to
great.
see how well you are doing in terms of
Oh.
hearing this.
Great.
So yeah, roll a 2d6 plus cold.
Plus
Oh.
hold.
Yes. Because you need to keep your cool and act despite fear.
Right. It's gonna happen. I have lost my place in which app I am. Hold the telephone.
So many apps, so many things. We know.
It is I cold, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. So I just add the cold, is that right? So it's a
Yep, you roll
9 plus
2d6.
2 is 11.
Holy
All
hell.
right.
Yeah,
So on a 10 up, you keep your cool and you're going to gain some insight here. You can
awesome.
ask me a question about the situation and take +1 forward to acting on that information. So you hear basically all of this conversation that Lucin and Angelina are having, and you can ask me a question about the with the conversation you've heard or any other thing about the world, and I'll have to answer you honestly.
That's great.
That's hot.
Is that something I can ask that is going to be player knowledge? Or you let me just ask it.
Yeah.
Is Lucian actually interested in Angelina?
Oh, I think that's got to be a good question. Only Lucian knows, and it's only for right now because it could change.
Yeah.
So Lucian, are you
Mhm.
interested in Angelina?
You get the feeling that Lucian definitely finds Angelina very physically attractive. Like, definitely some kind of response there, just the way they're angling their body, and the tone of their voice as they're talking to Angelina.
And
All
I
right.
heard you say basically that Angelina should go to the prom alone with the idea that she'll come back with someone, right? That
Yes.
was the gist, right? Okay, so I'm gonna glide like a moray eel over to Angelina. Oh my God. Oh my God, I just heard that you have no date for homecoming. Am I right?
Yeah, Lucian said it was fine though.
I mean, of course it's fine. Of course it's fine, but you shouldn't do that. So, so is
Uh,
there any way that maybe I can help you? I mean, I will go with you, as a backup if you want that. However, is there a way that I can help you find someone who you are interested in?
uh, just keeps like looking around the room, person to person, and just is like,
Listen, first
I
of
think that
all,
this calls for a turn someone on
oh, I
roll.
love it.
Oh,
Let's see.
yes.
I love it. And is that cold?
That's
That's
hot.
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 Oh, it's my hot. Yeah. So that is a 9 total.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, Angelina, you got that was a success for Damien, but it's a mixed success. So you can either Angelina have some decisions to make. You either give a string to Damien, which we talked about, social control, or you can choose one of the following reactions. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I
Ooh.
get embarrassed and act awkward.
I mean, I think we're at the get embarrassed and act awkward part of the story right now in a
Fair enough.
room full of
Yeah, it
people.
is. It is a crazy situation, Angelina.
Uh, uh, yeah, it's like she's just gonna like I think turn red, like uh very noticeably, just like the teacher could see it from just across the room, and uh be like, I think Lucian had it right. Maybe I could go home with somebody if I don't go with anybody. That's what they said. So I think I'll do that.
Too safe, too safe. Listen, I think that we can work together, and I want to give you one word that sounds like 2 words. It is called a makeover. I think that you and I could work together to listen, I like the sporty spice thing. I think you're doing that very, very well.
Okay.
But I think that we can up our
Okay.
game and score more points on
Okay.
the
Yeah, I
field.
know about that. Yep.
Yeah. So
Lucian kind of
let's use.
steps up. Lucian
Oh,
steps up and kind of squares up a little bit, says, "Look, Oscar Wilde, she doesn't need your help."
Ooh, this is shutting someone
it
down.
is.
This is
Sure.
beautifully doing it
Yes.
too.
Mhm.
Yes, Lucian, please roll a
Oh
2d6 plus
god.
your roll to shut down Damien.
Okay. That is an 11. It was a 12, but I have a
Oh,
-1.
Jesus Christ. All
Holy
right.
hell. Whew.
So you choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
I think lose a string on me because Damien has two.
Yeah.
And so I think he loses one on me because I'm standing up to him in a very public place and calling him out, which he might not be used to.
Yeah, is this a new experience for Damien?
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's giving me strange feelings that I don't understand.
Yeah, Angelina, how are you These two people are seemingly fighting over you. How are you dealing with that, Angelina?
Angelina just kind of, well, maybe we could just do makeovers at my house. I mean, I have a bunch of makeup and stuff my mom bought me, but I'm really bad at using it, and I mean, maybe you can help me pick out outfits. Looks at both of you.
Absolutely. I wouldn't mind working on a team. And by the way, Lucian, I can help you too, I think.
Mm.
I think I
No one can
can.
help me.
Oh, what?
30,000 yard stare.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Oh man. You know what? I know what scene I wanted to set now, which is obviously the makeover appointment. All right, but the quite big question I'm going to have is what's TN going to be doing during that? Because TN hasn't been really part of that. So TN, that's totally fine. We'll do whatever scene you want to do or whatever adventures you want to have. But what do you think that you'd be doing in that? Because that's kind of where I want to jump to now, knowing all of that.
Oh, okay. So this is just Bridgett clarifying. So you want to
Yeah.
jump to the makeup scene after school at Angelina's house, is what you want to do.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I love it. Okay. So you're asking basically, is TN going to be there or not?
Yeah, and how's Tien gonna be there, right? I mean, they made things public, right? In terms of they started talking about this very obviously, and Lucian was being very public about things, and so I'd like to know what is Tien just gonna invite herself along? Is she gonna watch, or is Tien have her own thing that she's got to work on?
No, so I think what I'm gonna do, just so you don't have to run split scenes with like players split off. I know you can. You're perfectly great at it. But to make your life a little bit easier, I'm just gonna activate my creep ghost moves, and Teen is just gonna watch this very intimate experience. She's not actually there as much as she's just there. She
All right.
feels that invitation in the air. It's like, oh, something intimate is going to be happening between the three of those. That sounds like a humanizing experience that I can learn from. Maybe I can get some connection back to the world that way. So, absolutely, positively going to be there creeping.
All right. So then what I would like to do at this point in time is I would like to take a break, and that will be the scene we do when we come back.
Absolutely love it. All right, guys. Typically, Symphony does like 10-minute breaks, but because this is kind of like a micro break, we're going to set it for 5. And we will be back with Monsterhearts in 5. Go ahead and bio, get some liquids, do your thing, chat, and we will be right back. Mwah. Thank you guys for the break. We genuinely appreciate it. We hope that you enjoyed it too. Nicholas, 100%. Thank you so much for the sub. You are the best part of waking up, and this is why we're married. I hand the stage back over to Big Al Diesel. Rawr, coming in from Heinrich.
Yes, so we talked about this a little bit during the break, but Bridget as a player wanted to be a part of the makeup scene, but Damien had a very interesting idea about how to draw her in. I think even, I mean, it makes sense that she'd be drawn to where Damien was going. But Damien, what was your idea?
Well, just that Damien is getting oddly used to having Tien around. Tien is coming to visit me at night and watch me sleep, by the way, on my bed of dirt. So Tien is like in his orbit and he feels oddly more and more comfortable with that and unconsciously is in his own way with some disrespect, just pulling her into his orbit. Please be around me. But he's doing it by saying, Tien, can you hold my books? Oh my God, this backpack is so heavy. Can you please? Need a pencil. Where's a pencil? Tien, calling, beckoning.
The TN puppy works so absolutely beautiful for somebody that's starved for attention compared to somebody that is literally like oversaturated in it. Love it.
Also, as I want to say, Damien is attracted to anyone who's trying to make eye contact with him.
Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna set it up, and we're gonna be at Angelina's house. Angelina, what sort of background do you have? You have a nice house. You have a smaller house, working class house.
I think it's like pretty like big mansiony, newer.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mm.
there's little bit so who are your guardians? Do you have parents? They live together?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a like traditional setup where like her dad's like a lawyer, um and her mom is just volunteers a lot, and is managed to not need to work.
Yeah. So, what is your dad's name and what's your mom's name?
Let's go with Pam for the mom.
Okay.
Pam is good.
Uh, and let's see. Um, hmm, y'all pick.
Um, Benjamin.
Sure.
Pam
All
and
right.
Benjamin. Oh my God, I love it.
All right. So you get home. Do you have any siblings or anything like that? Any
Uh,
butlers?
yeah, I think Angelina's like the oldest. A couple of younger brothers.
Okay. Are they? So your mom volunteers a lot. So I'm assuming she's actually going to be like a chaperone at the homecoming dance. Is that accurate, do you think?
Yeah, I think Angelina's like managed to potentially like fake illness at every other homecoming dance, and this one she's like finally like feeling maybe confident with this change.
All right. And then I think your dad, Benjamin, is working or saying he's working. Um, as those wealthy men sometimes do. So are your siblings there or are they already being watched by the babysitter so your mom can go do the homecoming stuff?
Uh, I think there's probably like a babysitter there.
Oh, a babysitter there. Okay, cool. What's the babysitter's name? Is it one of your classmates?
So this is like after school.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean it could be awkwardly like one of the classmates, and I was supposed to have a practice that got canceled or something, and I just didn't communicate that to like family. Uh, let's see.
Mary could be the babysitter.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So yes, you get home, you all walk there together to Angelina's house or maybe drive there together.
Angelina has a car.
All right. So did you drive Damien and Lucian there?
Uh, I think she'd offer.
Damien and Lucian, do you offer the ride?
You're muted right now, Damien.
Tien, one more.
One more.
I think Lucian is tempted, but doesn't want to be in the car with Damien. And so they ride their bicycle because they have a need for speed. And as they tell everybody who will listen. And so they'll ride their bicycle over to Angelina's, and their bike has flame decals on the
Oh,
tires and on the back because they think it's edgy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And Damien, you've summoned Tien to go with you in the car. Is that right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you all arrive first before Lucian can get there because the bike just takes longer, obviously.
Can
Is
we
Pam a
pass that?
bit?
Can we say something as we pass them and
As
just
we're
say,
driving by
Yeah.
him.
you do you, you do you.
So
It
petty.
sounds like shutting someone
I don't
down.
need to know about your midnight habits, Damien.
Ooh,
Oh.
counter
All
shot.
right. So they're driving by, so I'm not sure if that was heard, but Damien, it looks like you're just trying to shut Lucian down a little bit as you're driving through.
For
So I
sure.
would like a roll.
Sure.
Yeah, 2d6 plus your cold.
Not as good. That is a 7.
Okay. So on a 7, um, you choose one of the things from below, but you're going to come across poorly. So Lucian, you're going to give Damien a condition in return.
Oh.
So what are
Counter
you going to pick?
strike.
What are you going to pick, Damien? They lose a string on you. If they have no strings in you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward.
Right. They gain a condition on me.
So you're
Is
gonna
that
gain
right?
they're
Yeah,
gonna give them a condition, which is usually a bad thing because it can be exploited, right? But they're gonna give one back to you because you only had a mixed success.
Oh, okay.
oh wait. wait, we both have conditions then? Is that
You-
the way it is? Oh,
If you
fun.
pick one, so you have 4 options that you get to pick from.
Okay. This is on the player sheet, hey?
Yes, it's ready to show someone down.
Yeah. Hey.
I know so many tabs open.
Yeah.
Mm,
File types. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want them to gain a condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
What condition are they gonna get?
Is that just riff? There's not a list. I don't
There's
see
not
it.
a list.
Yeah, it's a
Great.
full rift. Yeah.
I would like um I would like to make them, angry, but sloppy angry. What would that be like?
Ooh, belligerent.
Inflamed?
Inflamed is great.
Inflamed. There
That's
we
great.
go.
mm.
Nice
All right.
word.
So Lucian, you're gonna gain the condition inflamed. This
Oh,
just
God.
enrages you. That Damien
Inflamed
would
bully. This is good.
Mhm.
that Damien would treat you like this, right? But you also get to give a condition to Damien because Tien and Angelina are in the car and they can see, what he's doing. So
Mhm.
what condition does Damien get?
Condition asshole.
Nah.
That tracks. I like that personally. I celebrate this. This is good. That
Asshole's a
tracks.
great condition. If I were to write them down, I'd probably put asshole in there.
That is
Mhm.
So,
good.
So
Asshole.
yeah, Damien.
Yeah. Is this for the
Chad,
back
are we set-
seat?
Chad, are we setting up an enemies to lovers storyline here?
Absolutely. Bring it.
Yes.
Bring it all the way.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Are
what do
you riding shotgun or are you in the back seat doing this?
We're yelling out I
Yeah.
definitely called shotgun.
Okay.
Tien is not taking shotgun.
No, absolutely not.
Please.
Yeah. So
No.
Angelina's like slowed down for you, but as you're doing this, Angelina's just looking at Tien like looks
Uh,
kind of horrified at the whole situation.
He doesn't
do
mean
I
any
see
harm.
that? I don't like eye rolls.
Yeah, I think you can probably read that Angelina's kind of embarrassed about this, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
thought we were slowing down to like, I don't know, tell Lucian something, not berate them.
Not to
Oh,
antagonize.
so you
them.
actually, I said, slow down. I just
Yeah.
want to see, right? Like, as in, like, slow down.
That's so petty.
You do you. And then what was your response again?
I don't need to know about your midnight habits, Damien.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Unfortunately, probably, not entirely heard while the car's driving past. Does that sound right to everybody?
That's fair because the condition exchange was due to my action, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh, I
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
it didn't come across well. Angelina's embarrassed, didn't like that. Got it. Yep.
Does
Could
that
I
sound right?
argue that Tien heard it though?
I
As
mean,
I wasn't a part of that exchange?
Be hard for
sure,
you
I
not
mean,
to.
I think that everyone. I'm actually wondering if everyone heard it or not, right? So that's kind of the question in my mind. So if you want to have heard it, I think y'all can hear it, and it's just the same thing back. Shutting Damien down now.
Oh no.
The roll.
Oh, it's so good.
And he has a condition now of being an asshole.
Yeah.
Right. And if you exploit that condition, if you take advantage of someone's condition, which I think you kind of are, you had +1 to your roll.
Oh, good, because I rolled a 10, which take me down to a 9, but the +1 gives me back to a 10, so I get a 10.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you pick one from below and you don't have to worry about a condition in return.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to gain a string on Damien, because I don't have any yet.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we
That's
go.
good.
So, Damien, do you not have any strings on Lucian?
Oh, I sure do.
He
Okay,
has one.
So
Yeah.
yeah, since he
One
has
left, just for being beautiful.
you only get to gain one if he has no strings on you. So
Okay, so I'll remove the last one that he has on me then.
yeah, okay.
Oh, I hate that.
I know.
I
yeah,
know.
But anyway, you eventually you get to Angelina's house, right? And you of course have your mother there. Pam, is Pam a bit of a trophy wife? I kind of imagined her as like,
Oh, I like trophy wife Pam.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, like she has like a
Pam.
physical trainer, like a home gym. Um, yeah, like her hair is like definitely done, like I don't know, dyed and
I like all consenting adults in my Monster Hearts games to be hot, if possible. So yeah, let's just
That's
clarify this.
fair. Yep.
Yeah.
Pam is hot. Pam is
Yeah.
hot. Angelina, you don't remember her having a different cleavage, or busts, from when you were a child, but they're big. They're out there, and she kind of grew. Yeah, she warmly. Jesus, Jesus. You can't make me
Welcome
laugh
to the
like
symphony,
that.
guys. Hit the GM with some sloppy titties. Bam. We're already off to a good start. Let's go.
Oh man.
Is that a shutdown move right there?
That might be a turn
No,
on, yo. Listen, I want some
use
points
Turn
for that.
on. Turn on.
Shut down the GM.
Right.
She warmly greets you all. It's, Angelina, I didn't know that you were gonna have friends over. Oh my gosh, who is all this?
oh, I guess I should have told you. I'm
No,
we're
no, it's fine, sweetie. It's fine. I
yeah, I,
over.
I mean this is Damien and Lucian and Tien. We're all gonna get ready for homecoming together.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. Did you get the date?
I didn't know I was supposed. Lucian said I didn't need to
We are working
because
on it. No, we are working on it, and I want that
oh
attitude
I'm.
turned around.
She pauses when she reaches the because talking to her mother. So
Oh,
uh,
wonderful. All right. Well, Mary's already here watching your brothers. She's just off the dip. Let me give you some snacks.
Ooh, snacks.
yeah, can we have some pizza rolls?
Coming right up.
Did y'all want other things?
Pizza
Pizza's
rolls
fine.
is fantastic. All class.
I mean, we could do something healthier like hummus, carrots. I mean, we have that too.
Fuck that noise.
Okay,
Do you
pizza
have
rolls.
any meat?
Uh, we usually do. I don't know if any is. We have a big like
Big
freezer out
what?
in the garage.
Oh, you do?
Big what?
You have a freezer with some meat in that? That's interesting.
I can check if you want
Ham?
me to. If you want me to look. I know what type of meats
Ooh,
you
yeah.
like.
Tien, look in the freezer. I want a
Oh,
full
do you?
report.
I don't know if my mom would want you looking through the freezer,
Oh,
Oh,
but
Pam would
it's fine.
understand.
It's fine. Go ahead and look through the freezer. Mi casa es su casa.
Oh my God, I love your Spanish, Pam.
Oh, thank you. I learned about it um in high school, right before I met Benjamin.
Damien, you're such a kiss ass.
Is she not the most beautiful Stepford creature you've ever seen?
Stop. But Damien, I do want you to roll. Uh,
What am I doing? Am I turning on Pam?
you're turning on Pam.
Yes.
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 Hit on Angelina's
That
mama.
is totally an asshole move.
No, no.
That and it's cold, right?
No,
That's my
that one's hot,
favorite. No,
baby.
no, turn.
Hot
It's hot. It's hot.
sauce.
Less good. 7. Just a 7.
All right, a 7. They can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward. Pam doesn't strike me as someone that gets embarrassed and acts awkward when
No.
No.
people show attention to her. So she's going to give you a string. She gives you a little stop it, or stop it. It's
Oh,
such,
you stop it. No, you
such a
stop
nice
it.
young man, right? Which is like how old ladies flirt.
Moms love me. Everyone, moms love me.
Tien hates every moment of this. Tien hates it. She hates it. She hates it.
Oh no, it's a love rhombus.
Love rompus.
Kind of what ends up happening.
Yeah, I think Angelina just sees this happening is like, all right, let's go to my room.
I'm
Pam,
gonna follow
Pam.
I should
behind
never
Pam
ask.
to go to the freezer to make sure that Damien gets all of the snacks that I know that Damien likes.
Yeah.
Love a snack. Is Pam going away or is Pam staying? Is there a babysitter? It's important to me that Pam.
So as we talked about, Pam was a big volunteer person. She's gonna actually be at the homecoming dance as a
Great.
parent chaperone, help put it together type of thing.
Love
Um, and she has the babysitter,
Mary.
your classmate Mary Stodden, who apparently needs the money, watching Angelina's younger brothers.
that. Okay. What I want to do. So, but she's leaving this evening. Is she leaving
She's
us
planning
now?
on also going to the homecoming dance, is what we've established.
Okay. Is that tonight? I mean,
Yeah,
we're
oh, yeah.
doing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
tonight.
Of
Oh, yeah, it's
course.
tonight.
Okay,
Tonight,
okay.
yeah.
I just want to make sure I don't really want to do it without permission, or maybe I want to do it without permission, but I want to get so far into Pam's good graces that we get into her closet because I believe that they're the same height now.
Oh, you want to ask Pam permission to like look through her things?
Yeah, like I don't trust what Angelina has
Oh,
in
well, you could
her
probably
closet.
just ask Pam. I mean, Pam.
Yes, Pam, listen, here's what we're doing. We are gonna make Angelina a vision, but I'll tell you what, you're a vision. And I need you to borrow some of your vision to Angelina. So could we get into that closet? It looks like you are the same size. Am I wrong?
She looks at Angelina, sweetie. Oh, you take anything of mine you want. I don't know if it will. I don't know if you'll fill it all out, but it will definitely fit you.
Fantastic. That's what I want. Listen, every part of you that is important is like an 18-year-old, and we are going to do this.
Damn, you're gonna do another roll. Damn.
Oh, sure. I don't, I'm not really trying to make moves, but,
You don't have
ooh,
to.
but this one went really shitty,
Okay.
and that is fun. Uh,
Fail
that's
forward, baby.
Yeah, that's just a 4 total.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Yeah. All right.
Ouch.
So what Pam is gonna do is she's gonna take a string on you.
Cool.
Also, I need to clarify to everyone, well, all the viewers at home, we've made it a ground rule that there's no sexual violence in this game, and so all people that really appear on screen, all NPCs, everyone are 18, including Damien. Uh, but we allow, awkward, the problematic,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
flirting relationships to exist. Let's have the fun. So Damien, um she kind of at this point she knows exactly what the game is, right? She's gonna take a string on you because as she gets she as she says, oh yes, and she kind of like turns you around to like march you upstairs. It's like you go right into that closet, and she whispers right in your ear.
We didn't hear it.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Nope.
just say it.
Oh,
So-
all right, sorry, dang it, I forgot about that. She says you couldn't handle it, sweetie.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
There we go.
ooh.
Yes, Pam. Yes.
Oh.
Let's go get the then the turns off. Do you think go get some meat? Or at least she's going in the other direction, Angelina, probably to the garage or whatever.
I'm
So
gonna follow her.
that's what I thought you were doing. Are Damien, Lucian, and Angelina all just going right upstairs? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Cool.
To Pam's
Um,
closet.
So let's start off with Kian and Pam in the garage. She's just kind of you just follow her in there, and she's already looking through the freezer. It's one of those you open up, and she's like looking through and grabbing stuff and looking around. You can see her kind of talking to herself. She's not noticing you, as most people don't.
No, so as I'm following behind her, one, she has this beautiful home. She's naturally charismatic. She's naturally, attractive. She has everything that she wants. She gets all of the attention that she needs in surplus. So my jealousy, my envy is already hyperactivated at this point. But then it's also the fact that Damien was paying attention to her and flirting in front of her, right in front of me. And I felt like a really big, and it's all of it is compounding too quickly with everything that's happening. Like no one has asked whether or not I have a date for homecoming tonight. It's because no one cares. I'm actually on the homecoming community. It doesn't matter. So as I'm following behind Pam, it's one of those things like, when a ghost is descending down the stairs and like their hair is wisping back. There's those glitches where she's like partially ethereal, partially not, because she's just barely hanging on to just the thread of I'm almost done with everyone in this moment in this day. And
Are you like
as
starting to ring girl like down
just
like
a bit, just
jerky movements?
Oh, I would absolutely say like one of the jerky movements, like the next vision you
Yeah.
see is her completely drowned with like the bloated
Yeah.
body with the saturated hair. That's probably one of the ways that she died. Bless you. The next jerk is something where it looks like maybe that she's suspended from some type of overhanging pillar with a rope around her neck. It's like she's just glitching through her previous deaths. But when she finally does get to Pam and they are pulling items out of the freezer, I'm going to collect the things that I know that Damien likes, the things that are going to be easily prepared, because I know Damien's palate at this point. I know the things that Damien likes. And I'm going to look at Pam and I am going to say, you're very ungrateful for all of the blessings that you have in this life that you share. And due to that ingratitude, I'm going to offer you two gifts. Benjamin is fucking Polly from the 7-Eleven, that young one. That's probably where he is right now. And in addition to that, I'm pretty sure he stopped screwing your sister last week. He actually likes the Delmonico's, not the porterhouse. I'll get those started on the grill. And I am going for a full is this a shutdown or yeah, just gonna shut somebody down.
Pretty strong shutdown. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's short of lashing out physically.
Ooh, when she really means it, she really means it. I think I have a +2 on cold. I do. That's a 12.
Okay. All right. So what's going down? You get to pick one from below. They're going to lose a string on you. If
Okay.
they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They're going to gain a condition, or you're going to take one forward.
Oh, I'm gonna absolutely give her a condition. And that condition is gonna be insecure.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you just kind of like look at Pam as she's just going there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what was that, sweetie?" And she's just, you can see the tears just sort of like flowing from their eyes. I'm sorry. I need to go touch up my makeup, and you see her just running away.
And I'm gonna go prepare Damien steak because I know he likes some rare.
All right.
They have that nice, beautiful grill on the patio. That shouldn't take me long.
Okay.
I'll make sure
Beautiful.
that plate is running with fat and blood by the time I get upstairs. No one else is getting
Yes.
steak, but Damien is.
Um, all right, so let's go back to Angelina, Lucian, and Damien, who are off makeovering up in the upstairs of
Makeover.
Angelina's big manor.
So Lucian is going. I'm going to say that I need the bathroom, and I'll go off to the bathroom, slam the door because I'm angry, and just I'm kind of infuriated with Damien, and I don't know why I'm so angry at him. And there's a lot of emotions and hormones raging, but I am furious that he's taking Angelina's attention and that he's digging at me, and I'm just so angry that I want to call on my dark power
Ooh.
for a boon.
Power loves to be called
Come
on.
through
Oh.
inflamed. Let's go.
So can you explain the move that you're using to the
Strings attached.
Okay. And that was when you ask the dark power for something that you really, really want. I attach a price to the thing you want, and I hint at an undesired twist in its nature. But if you pay the price, you'll get what you're after.
Oh.
So you Asmodeus, they live wherever they want to live, right? And so sometimes they live in your head. So how do you call to Asmodeus?
So I look in the mirror and I pull my hood back and I'm just staring and bringing up all my rage, all my anger. That's usually how I connect to them with this just pure rage. That's how they chose me in the first place because I'm just capable of so much anger. And I dig my nails deep into the palms of my hands, deep enough to just causes just a tiny cut just a tiny bit of blood, just a drop, and I smear it on the mirror.
Ooh.
And I call their name.
All right. You see in the mirror, this shape sort of appear, right? It looks humanoid, but you've seen other shapes that Asmodeus has taken before. It's got like charred skin all over, right? But you can't see all of it because there's a bit of a hood over. As you hear Asmodeus call out to you, they always sound like they're trying to help, right? They always treat you like, warmly, even though, their help comes with strings. This is my child, Lucien. How can I help?
Damien is such an asshole. And he takes everything. And he focuses only on himself. It's all about him, and I want him to be obsessed with me. I want him to focus on me. Not Angelina, not anyone else, not himself.
Ooh.
If Chad is okay with this. Consent is sexy. I want him to be only able to think about me.
Ooh,
This is
obsessed.
so damn delicious.
Obsessed with you.
Yeah. That's
Powerful
Serve
magic.
him right.
Powerful magic to mark such an obsession. You know where magic comes from, don't you, Lucien?
You.
Sort of from me. But really, where magic comes from is meat.
Oh.
You know this problem we're having with Daryl.
The other asshole at school, yes.
Daryl made you look like a fool.
He did.
Bring me the corpse of Daryl, and I will make Damien obsessed with you beyond your wildest dreams.
Okay. I can do that. No one will miss him anyway.
No, no. But better without him. Go,
School
my
will be better.
child. So yeah, that's the price. While you're doing that, while you're having your weird mirror time,
Mirror, mirror.
Your weird mirror time is
Yeah.
so good.
private alone mirror time with a dark power.
I'd like to imagine this is like in Angelina's like ensuite like bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucy's just like, I have to go to the bathroom. Damien and Angelina, what have you been up to?
Well, I pulled a bunch of racks out of the closet, thrown them on the bed, strewn them on the bed, and
From Pam's closet.
yes, from Pam's closet. So I'm
Okay.
dressing you, and I love this, like your mother,
Like your mother.
which has to be somewhat awkward. But playing it up, just like, listen, I love what you've got going on. You're like a cross between a giraffe and a gazelle and a meerkat, and it's all awkward, but it's beautiful. You are gorgeous, and we are going to make this happen tonight. It's going to be a magic moment. You know what? Right now, I feel like I'm in the middle of a montage. Am I right? Listen. So I'm holding up the different things. I turn to, is Tien there? Has Tien come back already?
I think right now this is just a scene
Before.
between Damien
Oh,
and
so
Just
we
us
have
Angelina,
two.
so we
right?
have a
I
moment.
might have Tien come in at an awkward moment. But
Listen,
right now I think it makes most sense in the fiction that Tien's doing her thing, Lucian's doing
Heard.
their thing, and Damien and Angelina are doing their thing. And I Angelina, you're getting talked up, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of attention placed on you. I'm gonna need to turn someone on roll from Damien.
That's me. I'm
Uh-huh.
turning.
So
Yes.
you are Damien, yeah.
Yes. I
You
mean,
are
I'm the one
Damien.
turning on. I'm the one turning on, indeed. Oh, that's a good one. 11.
Oh yeah. All right. So Angelina, you get to choose your reaction here. Well, you're gonna get
No,
game.
I think they choose. Or no, I still choose.
No,
Okay,
you
I
still
see.
choose. So,
Okay.
and this game is
Yeah.
really the most important part of this game. You game string, but while you can't control your emotions, you always control your reactions to them, right? So basically, you're turned on, right? And so you get to choose your reaction. I give myself to you. I
Mm.
promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
Uh, hmm. I think they're alone. I think yeah, I'll go with I give myself to you.
Oh,
Ooh.
whoa,
What does
okay.
that
Did
entail?
not expect that.
I think she just kind of like moves like like awkwardly close and like opens the door for you. Yeah, you really think that about
You
me.
get in kissing
Yep.
range, basically what you're
Yes.
saying. Okay. All right, there we go.
Great. Okay, okay. I'm gonna play my part, okay?
I'm gonna play my part.
It's because it's complicated.
Yeah, Damien.
And she says like I know there was a reason I was there to save you. Like you're really helping me with my confidence right now.
Let me say that how much I so appreciate that moment, and I have never forgotten it. And you present to me a kind of enigma. You are a bit of a very tall puzzle. I would really like to know, what is it that you really want?
Hmm.
What are you trying to get out of tonight? And we're like awkwardly close,
Yeah,
and yeah, just like steaming.
I I you may have noticed that I've really changed a lot. And
I have. It's amazing.
I just have this level of I don't know, aggression, passion for
Mm, I feel it.
and I don't know what to do with it. I mean I just I go and I shoot hoops all the time. That's all I know how to do
It's
to try to stave it off. I don't know.
it's great. It's great for you to channel it into something. What if we could find something else to channel it into?
What I mean a different sport?
Well, yeah, yeah, technically.
Yeah, talking about field hockey.
Yep. This one also involves balls. Yes. Yes. Yep.
Ugh. I would like to lower my voice and have it start to hit a certain metronomic quality.
Do you have the
I
hypnotic
do.
move?
That's the
Okay.
Okay.
one. Yeah.
All right. And then Angelina, you have no strings on Damien?
Oh, I have two.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Oh,
Is that
does
gonna
it not
work?
work at all with
yeah,
someone?
you can hypnotize people who have no strings on you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I do actually try and fail. How does that sound?
Yeah.
So I'm doing like some strange gestures and I'm oddly close. I'm kind of in this strange subaudible whisper. Are you
Uh,
looking into my eyes,
yeah, yeah.
Angelina?
Is is I know I'm kind of bad at flirting, but is this you flirting? I'm confused.
Oh,
I mean,
it's just
that's fucking adorable. You have to turn someone on.
yeah,
I
That's
have to
good.
roll.
yeah.
You have to roll, Angelina. I think you have to.
Let's see.
I've got
I'll
flashbacks to high school now. Can't tell if someone is flirting despite the fact that they are very up close and speaking in a sexy voice.
I have
Right.
flashbacks to
Is
like
this flirting?
last week.
Yeah.
I'll spin one of my. Can I spin a string after to give a +1, or do I have to say
Yeah,
before?
for
All
sure.
right, so I'll give it a 7. Oh no, sorry, I had more. Hot. I guess I have +2 to hot, so I don't
Oh,
necessarily need to spend it.
Good for
yeah.
you.
Let's see. So
Yeah, except she's not high in game, and of
that's
course.
an 8. Yeah.
Okay, so on an 8, you're putting uh, they can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. So Damien, you can either give a string to Angelina or give yourself to Angelina, promise something you think that Angelina wants, or get embarrassed and act awkward. And I am going to take this moment to remind you the vampire has a sex move. Well, all the characters do, but this one specifically comes. This vampire sex move is when you deny someone sexually, gain a string on them.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
interesting. Fucking
That's
Edric.
kind of what I was thematically thinking of, but I forgot it was a move. So,
Yeah.
so
So you can gain a
she could
string.
give herself to me, and I could deny her right now. Is that how?
Yeah, I mean she's flirting with you, and you're
Yeah,
very close, and you could deny. Yeah,
I
they can
will.
you can either
Yeah,
give Angelina a string and then deny, or then you get a string yourself. That's kind of what the vampire is all about. It's but luring in,
yeah.
shutting down. You're hot.
Um, and I can give her something that I think she wants too,
You could also
right?
do that.
Oh, I don't know how to work it, so I'll give a string.
Give a string, and
Yep.
then yeah, you're just this kind of a denial, right?
Yeah.
How
So I
you?
just back off a little bit
Yeah.
and compose myself.
So a string exchange, and that's about the time that Lucy comes out of the bathroom and Tien is back in the bedroom as you all. Tien, you got the all the steak, Damien.
Yo, yeah, the bloody rare steak on a plate. It's almost one of those things like, has Tien been here for the last 10 minutes or did she just walk into the room? No one actually remembers her walking in, but she's sitting on the
Awesome.
bed and the plate is sitting, within reach of Damien. But it's like, has she been here for the whole, did she watch all of that? Maybe she
Yeah.
did. Maybe
All
she
of a sudden you
didn't. Who really
just
knows?
smell steak.
Suddenly you
Right.
smell steak. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Steak and whatever that new scent is.
Right.
Tien suddenly noticed. Tien, I missed you.
Yeah, Tian, when did you come in?
You missed me?
I
Oh yeah,
did.
I feel
I
like that's a turn someone on roll. I was trying to wonder. I was trying to wonder what sort of missing you
You were right.
meant.
Oh, am
You,
I turning? So that's another I'm turning
Uh,
on.
yeah, I think that you're doing it almost unintentionally.
you were
Tien is
right.
Yeah.
so, from what I understand, and you
Yeah,
correct me
yeah,
if I'm wrong,
exactly.
Tien's so desperate for affection and is
Yeah.
being noticed that saying something like that is like,
I miss you is
Yeah.
profound.
Yeah.
yeah, I missed you. So
Yeah.
yeah, give
Well,
me
and then she's my dream companion, so I'm feeling feelings I don't understand. So 6, 7, 8, 9. It's hot, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 9.
Holy
Damien, do you
shit.
think part of that is that like essentially Tien is a soul without a body, and you are a body without a soul, or do you?
Oh, that's interesting. That's actually,
Whoa.
wow. Holy shit. That's a puzzle piece there, honey.
Yes.
Okay,
See what you did.
That's delicious. All
how'd the
right. So
roll
what did
go?
you wind up getting on your turn someone on?
Oh, 9.
9.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. So they can either give you a string, so Tien, you can give them a string, or choose one of the reactions. Do you have the reactions in front of you? You want me to read them to you?
This is
Oh, me.
Damien doing this, right? Yeah.
So Damien did the move, but you choose the reaction.
Oh, there
Right.
we go. So it's I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward. She is way too
Or you can
excited. Say
or
it
you can
again.
give me the string.
Or you could just give me a string instead of a reaction, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Fuck this. We're gonna dive all the way in. I'm gonna do the I give myself to you.
Oh, what
Mm.
does this look like?
Oh God, what does this look like? She's sitting like cross-legged on the on Susan's or Pam's bed at this point. She's sitting cross-legged on Pam's bed. No idea how long I've been sitting there. I missed you. And what was the last thing I had said back to you? It was like, you missed me? Tee me up. What was your response to that? And I'll tee up what the give myself to you looks like.
I'm sort of curious. I did.
You'll never
I
have to miss me again. I'll always be here for you. And I'll always be with you.
Oh, Tien, I love that. I love hearing that.
I commit myself to you.
Well, shall we eat some steak?
Lucian, you're just watching this happen with Damien again. How are you reacting to coming out of the bathroom, having made a deal with not the devil, but a
A
devil,
devil.
Devil, Asmo Daddy.
Daddy
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Daddy
Daddy
Asmodeus.
So it's making me even angrier, I think, because Damien's just not content with going after Angelina. Now he has to go for Tien too. And I don't know that Damien's a vampire, but I do know that Tien is dead, that she's a ghost, and I feel because I know how she died. So if we remember. So think I feel a little bit protective of her because she's trapped here, and now motherfucking Damien's going after her. Why can't he just be content with one thing? Why does he have to have everything? And I'm just like,
Ooh.
you see the just kind of rage building up.
Right. So I'm gonna ask to take this opportunity. How did Tien die? And Lucian, you're the one who saw it.
Mhm.
So why don't you tell us?
So I think this is one of the things that why Asmodeus has a string on me is I asked for how she died because I think I figured out she was a ghost and I
Mm.
wanted to know how that happened. And she was killed in a hit and run while she was riding her bike in the down the a road through the woods. No one else was around. The driver panicked, buried her in the woods, so nobody ever found her. And
Whoa.
that's why she doesn't know how she died, can't figure it out because no one else knows that she died
Except for the driver.
except for the driver.
Um, and do we know the driver?
Ooh. I think I would know who the driver was. I think the driver was the wife of our high school principal.
Okay.
Ooh, the
Ooh.
wife of the high school principal. That's good.
Yeah, that's not a string, that's a rope.
That
Yeah.
right.
She'll probably be at the homecoming dance later.
I bet you will be.
What's her name?
Won't that be delicious? Shelley.
Fucking Shelly.
Fucking Shelley.
Wife of Mr.
Hawkins.
Chapman? Huh?
Oh, is that his name?
Sure, I don't care. I'm making it up right now. And that's the secret, viewers at home. Just make it up right now.
So Rena, I don't know if you're good with cars, but I'm just gonna tee this up to you anyways. What vehicle was Shelly driving when she struck Tien?
Oh, I don't know makes and models very well. Some kind of sedan.
Okay.
It was a nicer car, but she hasn't driven it in a while, and she hasn't told anybody why she hasn't driven that car. Maybe there's a dent, maybe a bit of blood, who knows? But she's been mostly driving around in the family car. Not that we see her at
Mm.
school very often, but Lucian has noticed. I've noticed because now I know this. I've picked up on I've been watching her.
Hmm.
So, how is Lucian, we kind of know how Lucian's feeling. How is Lucian acting? Kind of going through all this and sort of
Mhm.
the mixed feelings about Damien and also Tien and I mean and also having the condition inflamed. What does
Mhm.
Lucian do?
I think I'm normally what I do is I shut down normally.
Mm.
Be I hide things. I'm very good at masking because I'm a moody kind of person. But with the all the anger and the rage building up, and I've just spoken to my dark power, and I've got kind of this rage flowing through me, I think it finally just all the weeks of school so far, all the angst I've had to hide, and it just kind of erupts finally and just sort of lashes out.
Mm.
And I think I shove Damien, just walk up to him and just push him. Is
Right.
you are a greedy motherfucking asshole.
Why don't you give me a lash out physically roll?
That's
You
good.
take and you take and you take. That's all you ever do. You take. And I see you slinking around, making your snide little comments like you think you're better than everybody else. You think you're better than everyone. You do. You think you're better than me, right? I see it in your smug little face. I'm going to shake him by the shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, give me that lash out physically
Hmm.
roll.
Okay. That is volatile.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
roll with your volatile.
Okay. Well, I've got a +2 to that, which is good because that takes me up to a 10.
There we go.
All
There we
right.
go. There we go. There we go.
So yeah, Damien, you're gonna choke up momentarily as you react. This is gonna be one harm to you, Damien. I mean, it's not honestly, it's the words that kind of harm more than
Mhm.
anything else. Lucian's been pretty rough with you and calling you out, and the shaking isn't so much. But yeah, you're gonna choke up before you can react. So really, Lucian kind of decides how to follow that up.
Mm. I think I kind of lift him a bit, and I realize maybe he's a bit colder, like physically colder as well, which I wouldn't know what that means,
Yes.
but I get that feeling of how cold he is. But my rage is so strong, I don't even pay attention to that. Just maybe you could learn to care about something for once in your life that isn't fucking you. And I just shove him against the wall and I storm out of the room.
All right, so you have a moment, like it takes you a little moment, Damien, to figure out what's going on. Tien and Angelina, how do you react to this happening?
I think Angelina follows Lucian.
Okay. Oh, you, Tien.
Tien is going to fall to her knees directly with phrasing. She's going to fall to her knees directly before Damien, and she's going to wind up activating her transference. So, whichever scene you tee up first, I'll jump in whenever we go.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we do that
Ooh.
first, actually? Why don't you just explain to the viewers what the transference is?
Yeah, so I'm going to fall to my knees, and one of my ghost moves is transference. Whenever you spend time truly listening to someone else's struggles, they heal one harm, and then you transfer all of the additional harm onto yourself.
Oh.
So I just committed myself to him. I'm going to fall to my knees directly in front of him. I'm going to push my forehead into his, grab on to either side of his face, but not actually make physical contact with her hands, just her forehead. And I'm going to attempt to talk him down off of that ledge. They're
So,
just
Damien,
angry.
do
It's
you
not
start
true.
talking about your struggles with Tien at this point, with given this kind of show of affection?
Yeah, I would
Masquerade
lean
breach.
into that. Huh?
Sorry. Fucking chat got me. Someone called out a masquerade breach. Shit.
So yeah, I think I've decided it's gonna be two harm that was originally done to Damien, but that's then
There we go.
healed and then
Okay.
transfer. Well, one of them's healed and then one's transferred to Tien. So Tien, you're just gonna have one harm down.
No, I'll take it.
Um,
As I absorb this harm, as I absorb both the physical and the emotional discomfort that Damien has felt, I think I'm going to double down onto my own cold. And versus the original was an attempt at being warmth, right? That's what humans want. They want warmth and affection. That's what I want. Like, it's not true. They were just angry. I'm just going to completely flip that over to like her true self. And it's going to be, it is true. You are better than all of them. You're better than them. You're better than me. You're better than all of it. You do deserve everything that you want. Your insatiable lust for everything that you want is deserving. And it's just going to be 1000% feeding into that ego, the more harm that she absorbs from it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice soak all of that right up.
all right. So Angelina, you've gone over after Lucian, right? Just probably I don't know where Lucian. Where are you going? Just out, just leaving the house, or?
I think the tantrum kind of breaks a little bit once I slam the bedroom door behind me. Just that kind of there's been a release of everything that's been pent up, and now I feel suddenly kind of lost. And what did I just do? And why am I feeling all of these emotions? Why is it so strong? And I don't understand what's happening. What
Yes,
I
so you're
just
gonna
did.
lose the condition
Okay.
inflamed, right? Because it makes
Okay.
smoke.
Good. Yep.
It makes sense.
And I'm gonna sit on the bottom stair of the staircase, just go down the stairs and then just suddenly sit very heavily and just sort of stare like, what is wrong with me? I mean, fuck that guy, but also what is wrong with me?
Does Lucian say that out loud?
I think I do without meaning to, just because I'm so overwhelmed with all of these feelings that it just sort of escapes.
Angelina, not so quietly, is coming down the stairs and hears you say that. I think she's trying to be quiet, but it doesn't really work out. And she just, I don't know, just kind of says, "Here, come, let's, uh, here. This is where I go when I'm stressed out." And she like takes you into like a home like basketball court, like inside the home.
Wow.
And it's like, "Here, like my brothers or Mary's gonna overhear you. Let's just go in here.
Okay.
Let's um yeah." And she'll just like sit like Indian style, like on the floor, like cross-legged, and like motion for you to sit.
I sit and I look slightly uncomfortable.
What's what's going on? You, I mean, Damien, yeah, he kind of sucks, like, but I've never seen him get to you like this.
There's a sudden head motion like jerk up as my worldview is validated by somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He really sucks, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want to know kind of a secret about him?
Sure.
Yeah, I found him like, I don't know, like in like a building that had collapsed this summer, and he was like smoking as like the sun came up, and I he just told me to like cover him up. Um, but I don't know what that was about. Like I was out for like a late night run, you know,
Oh.
so I heard him calling out. Do, do, do you know what that means? Or
Oh. 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 Fascinating. No wonder he's such an asshole. Probably been reading Twilight too much.
Ooh.
oh, that's one of my favorite books. You're saying he's a vampire?
Think he might be.
Uh,
Notice how cold his skin is? Oh, delightful.
I mean, he didn't
Oh,
sparkle. He smoked, but I don't know what vampires are like. Is that? I mean, what's the correct vampire lore for this? There's so many.
it could be so many things, but oh. And you could just see the glee, like just that kind of cold, calm, leave me alone kind of demeanor has dropped, and just the pure evil sort of glee over, oh, this is delicious. Oh, oh, yes. It makes my plan even better. I'm thinking to myself, not saying out loud.
Do you know what's also weird?
What?
Tien. She doesn't smell like anything. She doesn't smell like life.
Hmm. Oh, well, and I think I'm just hit with the close physical proximity to this girl that I like, and she's confiding in me, and she's the emotions are also heightened because now I've learned something really powerful about the guy I hate, and I just like say with almost without thinking, oh, she's a ghost.
What? Like literally a ghost.
Yeah, she's dead.
Is
That's why you
anybody
can't
we go to
spell her, I
school
guess.
with normal, or are we just all?
Well, I, I think you're pretty abnormal in a very spectacular sort of way.
Oh, you do. Oh.
Should
Looking
we
very, very intense.
should we do a
Uh-huh.
roll?
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes.
Take a
So
roll.
let
Take a
wait.
Lucian,
roll.
Lucian, please roll 2d6
Okay.
plus your hot.
Yep.
Okay. I am hot. Thank you for noticing.
Me, wow.
Mhm. And these dice are hot.
Let's
That's a
do it.
10.
Yes.
Oh, that's a 10.
Yes,
All
Rita.
right.
Yes.
So, Lucian, you're going to gain a string on Angelina, and Angelina, you're going to choose one of the three. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
I think Angelina now understands that this is actually flirting.
Yes.
It's like, oh, and we're on a basketball court. This is just how I imagined it.
This is how
WNBA fantasy.
Yes. Yes. On the whole
So
basketball court.
like uncross her legs and like move, like lean in to Lucian, and go in for like a kiss.
All right.
Yes.
Lucian, how do you respond?
Lucian's a bit flabbergasted for a moment. I've never actually kissed anyone, and that's my other deep dark secret other than Asmodeus. But just very enthusiastically, like I'm full of emotions right now. There's a lot of endorphins and things with everything that's going on, so I think I'm just super enthusiastic about it.
Yes.
All right. I think Asmodeus knew that. Asmodeus is basically like there. He's got strings on you, and Asmodeus is like,
Mhm.
yeah, do it, my child.
Oh my
You
God.
can go
Daddy
all the,
Asmodeus.
you can go all the way.
Uh, and I think I'm just full on abandon. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
All
Pun
right.
intended.
So we have a veil on sex. So
Mhm.
we'll cut the scene there. But I will ask you guys, do you have sex?
Oh no.
I think Lucian would be super into it.
Asmodeus
But
is Asmodeus he doesn't
Asmodeus in the
want
background.
someone that doesn't.
It,
there's a lot of hormones and passion and so on from everything that's been happening that kind of build up, and so I think I'd be super super into it if Angelina is into it.
I mean, we are at a basketball court,
there we go.
So there we go.
That's where every girl
Okay.
dreams her first time will be.
Yep.
Angelina, for sure.
Yep.
So I
Let's
At the
have a
see.
3 point
sex
line.
move
Yep.
as the
Yeah.
infernal.
Yes, I was gonna take care of this. I think what we
Mhm.
should do is
Mhm.
take a fiver,
Mhm.
resolve the sex moves, and then move the scene off to the homecoming dance to sort of wrap up. And then, Bridge, do we have a time that we need to be done by?
9:30 here. So
Oh, I got like a little less than an
In an
hour.
hour.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got that.
He's like,
I
nailed
got
it. We
that.
got it.
I got that.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, want to take 5?
Okay, we'll take 5, and then
Great.
viewers, we thank you guys so much for your patience. We are back with the finale of Monsterhearts. Al, I give the stage back over to you, babe.
All right. So now you all viewers at home get to be exposed to sex moves. So when a particular playbook or skin, as Monsterhearts call them, has sex, they almost all have sex moves. And so that means something mechanically or narratively happens in the game, right? So Lucian, what is your sex move?
So mine is that when I have sex, the dark power loses a string on me, but gains a string on the person I have sex with.
Holy shit. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Right.
Well,
Angelina, what is your sex move?
So the werewolf, when you have sex with someone, you establish a deep spiritual connection with them until either of you breaks that spiritual connection by having sex with somebody else. Add 1 to all rolls made to defend them, and you can tell when that connection has been broken.
Mm.
Oh.
So,
That's juicy too.
Lucian, you as you kind of, uh in the glow of the moment, right? I don't want to be too explicit since we do have a veil on it. Um, you
Oh my
hear
god.
just this laughter, right, going off in your head, right? It's you have not ever heard Asmodeus laugh before, but it is haunting. As Angelina, it sort of fades, right? You sort of just hear it like happening, and it starts fading. And Angelina, it's you start hearing this voice in your head. It just sounds. You think it's laughter, but it's not joyful, right? It's full of malice. As you both are kind of finishing up there.
Did you hear that?
I heard a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, should we go get ready?
Yeah, probably.
It's probably yep, that time.
All right, so let's turn back to Tian and Damien. What have you been doing during this time? I know you can't wait to tell the viewers.
Well, I know it's veiled, but can we call it an orgy of eating steak?
Those types of orgies, I believe, are,
In front of
allowed
the veil.
In front of
allowed
the
by the
veil.
faith. Yes.
No, those are always public facing. Yeah. Can we do
Yeah.
cheat? Somebody came up with this. Was Lauren, was this you who came up with this idea during the break?
Yeah.
And Lauren came up with it. It's too good not to do
Yeah.
with just 10. Like, I'm just going to run through the existing flavor profile.
Yeah.
As she's cutting up this steak with, like, every time she feeds him, you are beauty eternal. You are the darkness that everyone wants to taste, but no one wants to understand. And I'm just going to be doing this as I am feeding him pieces of bloody, runny, fatty steak.
Yes. Dripping,
Dripping.
visceral.
Yeah. So, I don't know if everyone knows this, but usually the little red juices you get out of a steak are myoglobin. The animal's completely drained of all blood, right? And so that's just myoglobin and water, right? And it's kind of colored and everything. But if you have a bad butcher or the butcher messes up, you can actually get some blood right in there. And this steak has, and it's doesn't look appetizing like the sort of red juice that you get uh from a steak where you're like, look at that, looks so nice, big juicy steak. It is disgusting, and it's so dark, right?
It's grayish,
Yes.
right? Isn't it sort of a
Yeah,
grayish
That's
brown?
good.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like one of those things like where the cattle died in fear type of situations. Yeah, this is good. Hey,
Oh, I can taste the fear.
you can taste the
Oh,
fear. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive all the way in because we're in the last quarter. Can I spend a string on Damien really fast during this
Yeah.
eating process?
Let me explain to the viewers and to Damien how that works. When you spin a string on someone, you tempt them to do what you want, right? And so what happens is that you if you do what they want, they can spin that string and you get XP. We haven't been too worried about XP, but it does help out with the song, and it gives you an incentive to do what they want. But that's how it basically works. So Tan, what do you want Damien to do, or what are you asking Damien to do?
I just want to make sure I'm reading this right because I might just have it wrong. On the sheet that I have, I can give him a condition. I can do a +1 damage. I can do a +1 roll, or I can tempt him to do what I want. Can I use any of those, or do I have to do you do what I want?
You can do any of them.
So,
Any of them.
Chad, in this
Yeah.
super intimate moment that they're having, I'm thinking one of two things to spin this string on for a condition. Let me know which of these two you like, or if you hate both of them, let's come up with something different together. The condition meant to be worshipped, the condition Daddy Dom, or something different.
Oh, what?
Does meant to be worshipped or Daddy Dom appeal to you? And if neither of those appeal to you, what would be a third one in this particular situation where she's overcommitted to you, she's devoted to you, she's feeding you at this point, and she's feeding your ego?
Did you say chat or Chad?
Chad, you,
Okay,
Chad, keep her
okay.
Chad. Sorry.
Okay. Daddy Dom and the first one.
Meant to be worshipped.
Oh, I really like that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend a string at the conclusion of this feeding to give Damien the condition meant to be worshipped. Chad is out
So-
here singing for Daddy Dom, by the way.
Oh, hey, look, I thought you said chat, and I'll take the input.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's switch to Daddy Dom then.
Okay, Daddy Dom it is.
Fan service.
Picking up the Daddy Dom condition.
Picking up the
Yeah.
condition Daddy Dom. Can't wait to see the next 45 minutes of role play. This is about to be delicious for me.
All right. So does it make sense for then I guess, Angelina and Lucian are kind of separated from Tien and Damien, and they just get ready and go to homecoming at the same time Damien and Tien are getting ready to go, being like, okay, they left. We'll see them later, or I don't care if I see them later. Does that make sense for what everyone
Yeah.
would do?
Yep,
I think so.
that's perfectly fine for a roll forward for me.
Okay, cool. So if you again look at your homerooms, basically everyone except for poor Mary Stodden, who I decided was the babysitter, is there.
Oh,
You know what?
at
She's
the-
probably getting paid 200% for missing homecoming tonight.
I thought the backstory I made for her was that she was fairly needed the money.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And
She's saving up for something big. It was worth her to miss homecoming to get double the pay to miss it. Yeah.
yes. So what theme does the homecoming dance have, this homecoming committee, Tien?
So it's absolutely icicle themed. So it's ice, cold, ice theme, ice castles. I don't want to say Frozen just because Disney Frozen, but effectively that's what they're going for right now. So her theme was like, as they are, brushing into autumn, let's skip the autumn things and just go straight for the heart of wintry. So it's a wintry wonderland type of situation.
All right. Sounds good. Tien and Dame, who do you think arrives first? Tien and Damien or Angelina and Lucian?
It seems like it's gonna take some amount of time for Angelina and Lucian to do what's happening there. So
And I'm homecoming committee, so I would have had to probably be there early.
That makes a lot of sense. So Tien and Damien, how are you dressed for your homecoming experience? It's in the school gym, right? And so all the decorations are up and everything.
Mhm.
Big punch bowl, everyone else is there and everything. But how are you dressed? How are you doing this up?
Oh. You want to jump out first, Chad?
Oh, dressed? I mean, it's like all day I was dressed. I would
Bitch, I can't.
I would say switched to black tie, full on tux.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, with ruffles, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Instead of Jerry's pirate shirt, Jerry's vampire
That's
shirt.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Tien, how
But
many?
jacket too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No puffy sleeves. No.
Oh, yeah. Black tie.
Okay, I'm going to jump in with my description after two very quick beats. One, ring the bell. Thank you so much for the sub. You are the best part of waking up. Love your entire face. Two, question for Chad. With your new condition, Dom Daddy, what new thing did you add to your wardrobe?
Oh yeah.
What little extra flair did you embody into your wardrobe now that you're Dom Daddy?
Oh, I like that.
I mean, technically he's Daddy Dom, but
Daddy Dom, let's correct that.
Yeah.
Daddy Dom, let's get it
I wrote that
together,
in
please.
I wrote that in my notes. So I'm like, those notes like Daddy Dom.
Daddy Dom, yeah.
For one thing, leather gloves. And for another thing, a chain connected from my back pocket. And it has a little leather strap on the end of it. And I'm just holding it. You might think it's a pocket watch if you weren't paying attention. It is in fact a leash.
Yes, God.
Oh,
I'm so glad
Ghost
I stopped
on a
asking
leash.
questions. Ghost on a leash.
Ghost on a
Ghost
leash.
on a leash.
Ghost on a leash. Oh my goodness, listen. So
as
good.
you as you get in there, it's most of the people that you recognize, right? You've seen today already. Amy Steinberg, Sasha Lynch, Virginia Haraway. There are a couple of additions. Becky Knox is there. Pam is there. She
Oh,
looks like
Mm,
she's recovered from her insecurity and is putting on her best Stepford wife's smile.
we'll re-up
You,
it. Don't worry.
oh, wow. And
Fuck Pam.
Sally is there.
fuck him.
Fuck Pam.
The wife of Principal Chapman. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, fuck her
Shelley,
too.
the wife of Principal Chapman, is also there. Um, all sort of chaperoning and they're doing their thing. But shortly after you arrive, I think Lucian and Angelina are going to arrive. And I would love to know how you all are dressed.
Very like Victorian goth style. And so got the high collar, the long frock coat, got a walking stick, carrying a top hat under one arm, cravat. Just very, very dark, very Victorian, very sensual. And actually looking at home in this sort of outfit for the moment, and just like with a slight smirk. Normally I've got a just sort of impassive face, but tonight there's the smirk.
All right. All right. As you walk in, Lucian, um, you see Daryl Corbin, right? He's talking with one of his buddies. Looks like Jared Simonson over by the punch bowl. They're being teenage boys. They're just talking about you think probably video games or something like that. But as you do that, as you see him, um, you just hear Asmodeus ringing in your head. You know, Daryl.
Daryl. I'm thinking this is just a lovely, lovely night. I'm going to get everything that I want. I've gotten so many good things so far today, and now I can have two things for the price of one.
Angelina, how are you dressed?
I think she's gonna take like a cue from Lucian and like not get anything from her mom's closet, but pull out like a black dress that was like specifically bought like for like a funeral and wear that homecoming
Oh wow.
to like
Awesome.
compliment. And she doesn't like fit in a lot of her old clothes, so it was like a fairly like recent purchase. Like, um, yes, it's the musculature that she now has. So
You can tell looking at Pam, it's taking everything she has to not go over there and be taking pictures, right? She is a good mom,
Fuck Pam.
ultimately and does love you. But that's not the only other person who's you're thinking about right now. As you hear that, you remember that laugh that you heard. You're hearing someone speaking to you in that voice, right? It's just going in your head. It's not your own thought, right? It's coming from outside of you. It's very
Ooh.
odd. You've never had an experience like this before. As he just goes, you know how you could help out Lucian.
how?
That Daryl guy. He's been bullying them.
Yeah, he has.
You know, when you change and you can feel those claws come out.
And she kind of looks around. How do you know about that?
Oh, my child, I know and love everything about you.
Who are you?
Friend,
A friend? Friend of Lucian's? A friend of mine? What?
oh, I'm an old friend of Lucian's. You're Lucian's friend too, right?
Uh, I'd like to think so.
Best thing you could do to help out Lucian Just use those claws on there. Show him. Show him he shouldn't be messing around. Show everyone. Let out some of that aggression.
Or maybe I can just go shoot hoops.
Bruh. Bruh.
Asmodeus he is pulling his string, right? He's
Yeah.
offering you experience.
Oh my god.
They definitely, Asmodeus doesn't give a shit about what pronouns. It's she, he, they, whatever. But Asmodeus is offering you like go do that and to get some experience.
Okay. What you just want me to scare him with my wolf form?
Why don't you see what feels right in the moment?
Ooh.
I know it feels right, but I try not to do it.
Why would it feel good if it was wrong?
It's a good question.
It's a valid question.
Maybe I should embrace.
Don't deny who you are. Remember, you are loved.
I'm loved.
Anyway, Tian and Damien, what are you up to? See the big entrance from Lucian and Angelina.
Yeah, and I turn to Tien and I say, "Oh, look, it's Darth Sassy and their new stormtrooper."
So that's a probably is that just to Tian? Or are you saying that?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay.
It's not an earshot. You know what is
Oh,
it?
God.
You know what is in earshot as I walk up and I say, "Hey, Lucian, I hate you."
Oh, you say that to Lucian?
Oh yeah,
Okay, well that's a shutdown.
Oh, here we go.
sure.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Oh God, really? Better than that. It's a 6.
Ooh,
Not good.
that's not gonna work
Ooh.
out well for you.
Wasn't that good of a put down either.
Yeah, Lucian, you can tell that you got to Damien, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna take a string on Damien.
Yes.
And I just lean in and I whisper in his ear, "Fuck you in the coffin you slept in on."
Oh. I
Such
feel
violence.
shut down. I don't know if that was a counter move or what.
It seems like that encompasses the taking of the string.
Fair, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I'm not trying to add on to it. It's just
Yeah.
I'm taking that string by telling you I know what you are.
Viewers at home, Monsterhearts is a vibes-based game.
Right. What feels good in the moment?
There's not 60 feet that has how many
Yeah.
boxes you can move. All right.
Right. I have improvision.
If you don't know, just ask your players and they'll tell you. All right. Well, no. You're all together there at the prom. Oh, sorry, the homecoming.
The homecoming, yeah.
Mhm.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Hmm. Definitely not paying attention to Damien. Not yet.
Yeah.
But then-
Well, I'm sneering and trying to pretend like I'm above it all. What was it? Worthy of being a god or something? That's a condition I have, right?
No, you've got the daddy dom.
No, you chose
one.
for the
Oh,
Donnie.
that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
My chain. That's right.
Yeah, your chain.
I just pull it close to me and sort of like stroke the chain as I retreat slightly from
I
the...
feel like maybe you
Like a
lost.
moray eel.
You know
Yeah.
what? I like to see you failed a roll. You
Yeah.
lost the condition, Daddy Dom.
No!
I lost it.
Not
Give
very
it back!
It's not
Give
very
it
daddy.
back!
It's not very
Oh,
daddy to be shut down like that.
No, it's
I
not.
hate it.
It's not.
It is not. And they got you good, too. Fuck you in that coffin you sleep in.
You know what? I unhook the chain from my back pocket and I just slowly slip it into my pocket so it's concealed. I can't show it anymore.
Oh, God, can I roll to keep my cool for that? I invested
Um,
so much into building him up.
It's true. It's true. You
that's
see me doing that, right?
yeah. You can go ahead. Yeah.
All jokes aside, I leapt out there and really didn't know what this does. Let's find out.
Sure.
I
Usually I
rolled
do
a
it for stuff that's like, um, you're doing something and it's dangerous, either
There's a risk.
socially or otherwise. And
so it doesn't really apply there.
well, you do have to keep your cool, right? You gotta act despite fear. So it's kind of whether you're gonna shrink in like a violet or you're gonna be part of this conversation, I think, maybe.
Okay, I like it. All right, well, this is rolling with cold. I rolled a 7 and her cold is a 2, so 9.
All right. So you can if you jumped in here, right? You always have the risk of, you sort of I, it's kind of scary to interact with people because you can always be shut down. You can always be hurt, right? And so that's the thing that leaves you vulnerable here, right? Is you're interacting with others, and it hurts. Like I'm talking about actual real harm that you could take in this and as these people are verbally sparring. So you can either kind of get into it, or you can choose to back, or you can choose to back down.
Oh. I mean, she honestly doesn't have the verbal or the wit tools to stay in the arena with Lucy, and she knows that she can't keep up with them. Like, she knows. Like, she's been around them enough to know there's no way. So I think this is going to be a sub that just lost her Dom.
Oh, God, it hurts so bad.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go to. So she's going to have to retreat. I retreat.
Okay. Yeah.
My one anchor point that I had just given my submission to fell through. They weren't they weren't worthy of my submission. So I have to retreat. I fall back.
Ugh.
All right. So yeah, Kian doesn't even have the confidence to stick with you anymore, Damien. What do you do?
Oh, it hurts smart so bad. I've
Ugh.
had everything taken away from me and I had so much. Uh,
Mm.
I'm gonna just like slightly puppy-like have to follow Tien through the crowd and
Oh God.
just see where Tien's going so maybe I can pick up the pieces.
Okay. So you're gonna go after Tien.
Hey
Yeah, I'll
Al,
just follow through the
Yeah.
crowd, tailing, not closing.
Yeah. What's
this
up,
is
Tien?
not me GMing for you by any means, but with 20 minutes left, how do you feel about this proposal? In Tien's retreat, she winds up coming face to face with Shelly.
I love that.
Are you okay with that one? Because I feel like that'd be a great way to start this cascade.
I was gonna
I had
have you.
I had
roll a
something for that
runaway.
that I was about to do.
Okay,
I had something to connect that dot.
Okay, sure. Go
I'll hold
ahead.
back. I'll hold back.
So I wanted to pull Tien aside, just go up to her once she's away from Damien for a moment. Like, Tien, I'm gonna play a string. If you can lure Daryl outside in a minute, I can tell you who killed you.
Oh.
Tien's eyes go completely white all the way across the board. There's no color, there's no iris, there's nothing. They go completely white across the board. And my face immediately turns to see if I can lock in on Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl's over there. It looks like he's been drinking a bit with his buddy Jared, right? And they're kind of like goofing off and laughing. You can smell it on them, but like the chaperones are just kind of like, well, better here with us.
Oh, okay. I am going to not make eye contact with Damien that's following me. It's hard to make eye contact when the eyes are just completely whited over. And I'm going to approach Daryl. I am going to step up to him, open up my shoulders, and I am going to say to him, Al, I want to make sure I'm getting my mechanics down. If I successfully shut Daryl down, I can gain a string. can I immediately play that string once I gain it?
Yes, and NPCs will generally do whatever you want once you have a string on them.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to go for the shutdown, and I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to say, Daryl, tonight you are going to serve the most magnificent purpose that your meaningless life could ever achieve. I rolled a 7 plus 2 is a 9.
All right, so you're gonna come across poorly. So Jared sees this. Jared sees this and is like, "What a fucking weirdo," right? Like he thinks you're a weirdo. He'll take the condition weirdo.
That's a good one for her to have.
Right.
But Daryl doesn't have any strings on you, so you gain one on him.
And then I'm
right?
immediately going to say, you're following me outside.
Okay,
I'll
what?
show you how weird I can really be.
He's like, he's having a weird emotional reaction, right? Because you are being very. This is a very odd thing to say. But then also he's like, okay. He's like going outside and it's homecoming. Maybe I'm. Yeah, he
Yeah, this
doesn't
is
know.
my moment. Like, am I gonna get
Yeah,
a?
so he starts heading outside with
Um,
you.
yeah, I think Angelina was kind of maybe not subtly, just like kind of stalking him. It's just
Oh
working her
yes,
way around the
we're
homecoming,
all
just watching
converging
him.
on Daryl.
Yeah.
And just like by herself. And I mean, is there like can she see like the is the moon like shining through it all, like the windows
Oh
and the
yeah, oh yeah,
okay.
big full moon tonight, baby.
Yeah, so she could act as if she has dark 3 because I took the Howl at the Moon move.
Oh,
She's I'd like to roll and ask like what's their secret weakness in relation to Daryl.
Okay.
oh, we're
Yeah,
all
go,
converging
go
on
ahead.
Daryl.
Yes.
Yes,
Go
Except
ahead.
Damien, that asshole.
No,
we're bringing Damien with us.
Yeah.
I'm coming along. I'm following. So,
You're doing
All
what?
Yeah.
right.
I'm following you, Tien. So I see all this and I'm behind you.
I know this is a good moment for Rena and I. Could you say that one more time but slower?
I'm following you.
Yes, there we go. All right, we're good. Rena, was that good for you? It was good for me.
That was good.
Okay, I was just making. I
enjoyed
could
that.
tell you and I were just they
Mhm.
were good. Thanks, Chad.
All right, so it's a good thing that the moon was out because I got a 7, which lets me ask the one question I wanted to ask was what his
Ooh.
secret weakness was, and then I can also take one forward. So
Yep, you but do both. I don't know if it's so much of a secret, but like Daryl's just a guy. Like he's just a teenage boy. He's weak.
so
He's weak to fangs. He's weak to claws. Uh, he doesn't like bricks. Bullets can
Bricks.
hurt him. All types of bullets. Um, yeah.
she's had to check to make sure, like, because all these people turn out to be monsters. Let's make sure this guy isn't.
He's not.
Right. That's
He's not
valid.
he's not a secret leprechaun, from what you can tell. You have a
Perfect.
sniff. He smells very human. They just go, yeah, you can smell very well. And you're like, yeah, this guy's human. So but Daryl's out, and it's not the parking lot. It's like the grassy area between like parking lots and entrances, right? So it's very dark, right? And you can lead him off anywhere else, or just kind of out there, or what?
As I'm leading him, once I step outside, if I look to my left and look to my right, do I see, Lucian?
Oh,
I'm lurking in a shadow, following.
So just making eye contact is just going to be like, where do you want me to lead him? Like she basically has him on a leash right now. She just
Yeah.
needs to know where to
I-
deposit him.
Gesture with my head towards somewhere a little bit darker, away from the security camera.
I nod once and I lead Daryl to his slaughter.
so yeah, this you're kind of in the weird parking lot, right? Is everyone following?
What happened to Jared?
Oh, he didn't come. He stayed inside.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't come. Not the tagline of this game. Anyway,
Da-da-da.
All right,
So-
so yeah, you find a pretty good space. The school was kind of by like a wooded area, like a ravine or something, and so there's nothing out here. There's no lights or anything. As Jared's just like, all right. Sorry, not Jared, Daryl.
Daryl.
and I slide out of the shadow and tap Tien on the shoulder and just say, Shelly.
I turn and go right back inside.
Okay. Damien, what do you do seeing Tien go inside?
Oh man. I'll tell you what I want to do right now is I'm gonna rate. So I see the whole thing, right? I'm out. The scene is the scene. So I'm gonna race over and get between Daryl and Lucian.
Ooh.
Hold up my hand and say, no, you can't. It's wrong.
You're going to lecture me on morality? I'm just going to keep him talking so that Angelina can do her thing.
Yeah, Angelina like has like stuck off, has like taken off her dress and gone like full wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm distracting Damien so that Angelina can Hulk out, wolf out, and take down Daryl while Damien is focused on me.
Lucian, you know it's wrong. You know you can't do this. I think I know what you are.
Ooh.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you smolder just a little bit too much. A little too
Yes, I've got
strong
quite
on
the
the
smolder.
smolder. Yeah.
Hmm.
Back off.
Fuck you.
No, you fuck you.
I have. Thank you. It was a great experience. More than you can say for yourself, I'm
I
sure.
don't. What? That didn't. No.
No.
Very, very confused. I'm not quite sure what role to call.
I don't know what
Uh,
role to call.
I don't know. I
Whatever
feel a
I can
little
do whatever the fuck
aroused.
I
I
want
don't.
to.
Oh, what's that?
And give a little smolder.
Right. Angelina,
Ooh.
why don't
Hmm.
you what are you up to, Angelina?
Uh, I think she's gonna run up and like throw Daryl to the ground.
Give me a lash out physically. Roll with your volatile.
Oh, I hope you nail this, baby. Nail it to the ground.
Nail it.
Nail it.
Do some gore.
So that's a 9.
Get out of here.
All right, on a 7 to 9, you harm them, but you're gonna choose one of the following below. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you.
Yeah, that's fair.
The MC decides how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
Oh, so many
Uh,
options.
Darkest self. Darkest
I
self.
mean,
So
I'm
many
technically
options.
already my darkest self, but I don't know if there's like a worse darkest self. Like, do I
Oh,
just
that's
Um,
right, because you're
totally
already
give
shaped.
in? Yeah.
I mean, technically, they did learn something about your true nature.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, maybe he recognizes that I'm Angelina, or everybody does in that moment,
Mm.
as a wolf.
Oh.
all right, so he realizes something about his true nature. Although I still gotta decide what the harm is.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Oh.
uh,
10 minutes to go, Al. Make it bloody.
Yeah,
It's October.
go
I
hard.
think I think a couple other people are gonna realize about your true nature because your mom saw you go outside,
Yeah.
and just as you hit him with your claw, right, and you see you're gonna slice at him,
Baby,
you
go.
see
Get it.
Pam
Fucking Pam.
who
Fuck Pam.
recognizes you, right, and she just goes, Angelina.
Uh,
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if I can talk in this form. It's a hybrid or a.
I
I
don't
can
know either. You
decide.
tell me.
Uh, yeah, I think it's just a growl, like back, but like a huh?
Ruh-roh.
Is I mean, you see your mom there, right? And I mean, do you want to kill this person even as your mom is like watching you do it?
No, she like let's go.
She transforms out of wolf form.
Yeah, she drops like, and it's not even like a conscious thing. It's like, oh shit, it's my mom. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Uh, She runs up to you, obviously concerned about you, and you see you're kind of like all naked because you took your dress off and everything.
Yeah.
Her hugs you and she says, "Baby, what happened to you?"
I I I'm different now. I'm not the person you knew.
You were always the person that I knew, and that's why I know you're not going to hurt that boy anymore.
But but I don't know. I just want to help Lucian and help. She just doesn't even realize what she was
Pam
doing.
puts on mom voice as she looks over at Lucian. Lucian, what are you doing?
You're not my mom.
I know your mom. You want me to call her? Tell her you're doing werewolf stuff?
I'm not a
Bruh, not
werewolf.
werewood stuff, Jesus.
He's doing werewolf. I don't know what. Angelina's a werewolf.
Did you already know I
So
was
I
a
guess I was
werewolf?
technically doing werewolf stuff
Ah,
earlier in the gym.
You did do werewolf stuff.
This might work on might have worked on a less sexual mom, but instead Pam turns around and gives Angelina. Well, no more. All right, you guys both go dance back in the dance. All right.
I want to kill Daryl though.
You can't just go killing everyone that you want to kill. You know how many times I wanted to kill Benjamin? I love your father, sweetie.
Fine. Damien, can you do any hypnotize, mind wipe shit, like interview with the vampire kind of thing?
I mean, for why?
Make Daryl forget that Angelina's a werewolf. Duh.
Okay. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
Go back. Go
I
back
kind of saved your
inside.
life recently, so you could do me this one
Totally
solid.
fair. I understand, and I really do appreciate that.
Glad
Um,
somebody does.
I mean, maybe you could wipe my mom too while you're at it. I don't really want her knowing either.
What?
Did you
No, you
already
can't wipe me.
Yes, I do.
know? Did you know this whole time?
Is she a werewolf?
Yeah, I do your laundry, sweetie.
Yep.
All right. In the interest of time, I'm going to assume that Damien gets both hypnotized, right?
Okay.
Which leads to, so I'm not going to make you roll. We only have 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Can I
Yeah,
narrate that a little bit?
absolutely. Please do it.
Yeah, what I want to do is hypnotize Pam and kind of, MIB her. Um, and then take Daryl aside when everybody's gone and just go ahead and feed on him.
Good call. That's also a good call.
Yeah.
Get your Dom energy back, babe. That's
Alright.
good for you.
Yeah,
Smart.
it's like I gotta get this out somehow.
Yeah,
And,
that's good.
he seems like destined for it, really.
All right. So really, I mean, I'm just going to let you take it away, Bridget, and tell me what the fuck happens to Shelley.
Yeah. So this entire situation is happening not even in her periphery anymore. It's like happening in a different world. There's moms and there's moments of clarity and there's feeding. All of those things are happening behind her. And it doesn't really matter because the moment Lucian told me who killed me, that triggered my ghost move for unresolved trauma. Whenever something brings to your mind your death, you choke up and gain the condition traumatized. So what happens is Tien crosses the threshold of the doors that she decorated, thus her signage that she had printed out, and she chose the font and she had everything perfect for the Winter Wonderland extravaganza. She shuts the doors behind her, and then there's almost the sounds of chains folding. And I think the best way to just narrate this situation is almost the mental image of a Carrie situation. No one is ever going to make it out of this gymnasium, but for the last 60 seconds of their lives, they are going to actually remember and know who I am.
No. Fuck yes.
Well, maybe poor Daryl got off easy.
Well, except that there's a shot of me walking away with him on a leash.
There we go.
I had a couple internet glitches this one. I was just letting you guys take it.
That's so good.
Is there anything else we need to wrap up? Is there any character that you feel like didn't get their ending?
I think Lucian's going to be spending a lot more time in Angelina's house.
All right.
Yeah, that's a sweet thing that came out of this for sure.
That's
the sweet note.
Listen,
playing basketball in a trench coat.
Really working on their shot technique and form.
Holy shit.
In more ways than one.
And Al, with 2 minutes ago, is that game?
I think that's Monsterhearts, everybody.
Woo!
Have your.
That was awesome.
The only thing I would add is, Asmodeus haunts over your relationship between the two of you, Lucian and Angelina. But I think that we wrapped everybody up. Unless the chat's like, I need to know how did the babysitting job go?
Right. You know what? Mary missed the massacre.
That's true.
Yeah, I
survived.
She survived. She absolutely survived the massacre. So Mary got off on this one. This is great. And that, friends of Symphony, is where our show ends for tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in or is currently watching the replay. You are indeed the best part of waking up. Cast and crew are going to take a brief break, and then we're going to come back for our Symphony Talkback, where we're just going to spend 10-15 minutes hanging out, going over mechanics, favorite moments, thirst traps that we meant to activate, but we didn't get a chance to, and basically gushing on each other, kind of like the Symphony way. If you like this content or you would like to get access to cool stuff like the Talkback, please back us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. As a rule, I would do an outro with the cast, but because we are so close at time, I'm just going to completely close this out. We hope you've enjoyed the Symphony, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Mwah. Have a wonderful night. Al, absolutely spectacular job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Bye, guys.